This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Thrown under the bus.
No. Always live. Always real. Always unpredictable.
You with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Log on and join our live conversation.
I'm in. Tori just won't let it go.
DBL starts right now.
Welcome to DBL. It is Friday, March 22nd. Yeah, we're going to get it. Okay.
Hey,
all right.
Friday.
We are live, and we are talking about what you're talking about right now. And I'm here with Tori, Bo, Brandon, and I am Sam. Let's get started. Tensions in Washington are high right now. That's saying it lightly, as everyone on both the left and the right wait for the end of the Mueller investigation. Speculation about the report is fierce, with some saying more indictments are imminent, while others are saying expect absolutely nothing from the report. And the likely truth of the matter is that even if the report is released today, we, the general public, will not get to see it for some time, because it first goes to the Attorney General for review. We will, of course, continue to follow the news and let you know the minute that report is released. Tori, you are our DC insider. What do you think about all this?
Well, just like in social media, when you hit something and you want to get a like right away, it's not going to be like that. It's not like, bang, he's impeached, or bang, there's no collusion. We're really not going to know. Just know that it goes to a man named Bill Barr. He's the Attorney General. He gets to decide what is left out for all of us to see. Now, what's interesting is the House of Representatives unanimously, Republicans and Democrats, 422-0, voted to show the Mueller report to the public. Both Republicans wanted to show maybe that there's nothing there. Democrats want it for further inquiries and to find out what's going on. What we didn't...
As constituents, don't we have the right to see?
Well, there's someone in New York right now who is a representative saying they can subpoena the Mueller report. But really, this has come from the Department of Justice, is going back to the Department of Justice. If there are things in there, trust me, someone will then make further inquiries and there might be more indictments. But I want us to play the long game on this one. If you're interested at all, don't think it's going to be like, bam, it's not like that.
All right,
it's going to be a long game.
We'll have to wait and see.
Just would like some transparency with our government on this.
Yeah, I think it should be open to everybody.
As long as the things are redacted, because there's a reason why. You wouldn't want to unfairly tarnish someone who was not being charged with a crime.
Or show confidential national security issues. You kind of have to make it really careful. But yeah, we all want to see it, I think, at some point.
All right, fair enough. Roseanne Barr has decided who is to blame for the downfall of her show. The 66-year-old comedian and actress is opening up about the events that led to her hit ABC reboot, Roseanne, getting canceled. And in a new interview with the Washington Post, Roseanne blames the show's cancellation on her co-star, Sarah Gilbert, rather than on her racist tweet about Valerie Jarrett. Roseanne says Sarah destroyed the show and her life, and she goes on to say she will never get enough until she consumes my liver with a fine Chianti. Roseanne blames Sarah because 27 minutes before ABC announced the cancellation of the show, Gilbert tweeted that Barr's comments about Valerie Jarrett were abhorrent and do not reflect the beliefs of our cast and crew or anyone associated with our show. In response to Roseanne today, Sarah told the Washington Post, "I am extremely disappointed and heartbroken over the dissolution of the original show. She will always be family, and I will always love Roseanne." Wow, she really handled that with
classy.
class.
Yeah, I'm on her squad. You know, it's like you got repeated warnings from the network, from showrunners, executive producers, your own child. Reset your Twitter password to keep you off Twitter from tweeting these things. It's like we love Roseanne for her talent, but her legacy is only going to be remembered by the stupid tweets that she's put out there.
Unless she somehow redeems herself. I think everybody deserves a second chance, and I hope that somehow she can just take ownership. That was a racist tweet, move on, and be a better person.
Yeah, I think she's still struggling with that, and there are obviously probably some mental things going on that I can't diagnose. You know what I mean?
agree.
But yeah, you want to see someone take ownership and say, look, I made a mistake. I think she has said that before, but she's always saying but.
Right.
There's always other kind of other things. So I would like to see that. But I'd also like to see, other actors of the other persuasion who have said similar things. Think about Jussie Smollett. Now, before we all knew about what he did, or at least what we allegedly think he did, he was saying things like Trump and his 45 and his white hooded cohorts, or his white supremacist cabinet, when Ben Carson is in there, calling people Uncle Tom. Those are racially repugnant things. This is all before that. He was just fine at Empire before what happened. So you see what I'm saying? When you have people like that, Michael Rappaport, Seth MacFarlane, Alyssa Milano, they're saying things, and I just want to see the same standard applied.
Agree, but remember, all of that is covered by freedom of speech. They can all say that.
So is what Roseanne said.
Exactly. It was the company that said you can't tweet. The code of conduct in the company is the problem.
So why don't CBS, ABC, Fox, all the networks,
because they don't currently have that in
We see that with Jussie Smollett. But I agree with you, Bo. I don't care if you're a Republican or Democrat. If you're going to say an asinine statement, if you're going to say a racist
Don't you think that kind of got to pass a lot of it for a while?
Well, listen, I think some of those comments, I agree when it comes to racism, but some comments have always been about someone's looks. I don't condone that either. Our own president will bash people's looks. But when it comes to racism, there has to be a hard line on both sides of the aisle.
Yeah. I agree with that.
And Bo, you know they're going to go for the bigger fish. Jussie Smollett, Michael Rappaport, they're not a bigger fish like Roseanne.
Again, I don't
know if Michael Rappaport ever said anything racist, so I don't think we should equate the two.
But see, every company can still set standards for what they feel is appropriate speech. And I would say if you're representing Empire, if you're representing Fox, representing Paramount, Universal, there should be some standard. And if you're just criticizing the president, R or D alike, there should be some standard about what you can say and what you can't say.
Or are you infringing on their right to express themselves?
Well, then maybe Roseanne shouldn't have lost her show.
But Roseanne, remember, was a racial thing, which is, I think, different than going and speaking about the president.
That's a subjective matter, I think. That's, again,
calling a black woman a monkey, I don't think that's subjective. I think that's racism at its finest.
Well, calling someone a white-hooded cohort and saying his whole cabinet is white supremacist, I would say it's pretty darn racial as well.
Didn't he have a white supremacist in his cabinet?
No, he did not.
Bannon wasn't. There's a lot of white supremacy.
No. Well, when Ben Carson's in there, I don't think you can say that.
Yeah, okay. All right, fair enough. But I think it should be applied to both sides. Today in New Zealand, thousands gathered to mark Friday's call to prayer, reflecting on the moment 1 week ago today when 50 Muslim worshippers in 2 mosques were gunned down. Here's what New Zealand's Prime Minister said at the service.
The believers in their mutual kindness, compassion and sympathy are just like one body. When any part of the body suffers, the whole body feels pain. New Zealand mourns with you. We are one.
Earlier today, hundreds formed a human chain, locking arms around one of the mosques, forming a symbolic shield around Muslim worshippers who had gathered there. And New Zealand women of all faiths wore headscarves as a symbol of unity. One woman explains why she's wearing hers in solidarity with Muslim women who wear hijabs. Watch.
My primary reason was that if anybody else turns up waving a gun, I want to stand between him and anybody he might be pointing it at. And I don't want him to be able to tell the difference, because there is no difference.
It gets you every time. There's a very famous story in the Holocaust when Jews had to wear the Star of David, and a town, including the mayor, all decided to wear Star of David. So you couldn't decide or find the difference between them. It is such an act of solidarity. It is such, if you were a Muslim in New Zealand, you must feel so protected. There are biker rival gangs right now showing up with tattoos all over their faces, Maori, locking arms. They've been rivals for years, and they're coming together. And I think, as you do, it was so brilliantly said, it starts from the top. And when you have a leader showing us the way so clearly, we can follow so clearly. She made effective, swift action, and she was emotional.
And she also really made sure that everyone understood that we are one. I think, you know, for so long, Muslim people have been discriminated against unfairly, especially just so simply for wearing a hijab. So to see people of all different faiths, Christians, Muslims, Jews, wear the hijab in solidarity is such a beautiful statement.
Let me ask you guys a question. Do you think she's going to be the reason, the Prime Minister of New Zealand, she's going to be the reason America has our first female president?
I think
because of the
what do you think, Bo?
I don't know. I mean, I think the Prime Minister's doing what she feels is best for her country. You know, I mean, sometimes that can trickle down to other areas of the world. I just believe in religious freedom. I believe that America has been paramount in religious freedom. The whole reason this country was founded was partly due to religious freedom. People coming here persecuted from England. The reason why we have separation of church and state is so that the founders just succinctly and sublimely understood that a church, one denomination, should not infringe upon others. I believe that this country is the paradigm and the example to follow. So yes, I believe in religious freedom, and I believe that idea can be. I know. I'm just saying. I believe that idea, that what we have, can be exported so beautifully to the rest of the world, and I think we are the example. And I think New Zealand, thankfully, is an extension of us as well.
I think we can be a better example.
Well, again, our country was founded upon this in 1776, and I believe that that's why people have come here and still continue to come here to pursue that type of freedom. I believe our liberty is sublime.
Everyone, stop what you're doing because this is important. Clearly, we're switching gears. Yes, we are. Cher has lost her favorite T-shirt that she's worn for nearly 40 years. The iconic singer took to Twitter for help, tweeting, "My T-shirt is gone," with crying face emojis and a broken heart. Cher also said she's asking St. Anthony to get involved because he finds everything. One person tweeted out these pictures showing Cher wearing the missing T-shirt over the years. It's a black studded rhinestone shirt with a white pirate sign and text that reads, "Eat the rich." We here at DBL are taking the missing T-shirt very seriously, which is why we had our graphics department make this. A milk carton with the missing T-shirt on it. If you see this T-shirt, tweet us at Daily Blast Live and let us know. Hey, I mean, she's had that T-shirt for a long time.
Yeah,
I don't blame her. What?
Where did it go? She doesn't like go to a laundromat.
I know.
Like, who came in and took Cher's T-shirt? I'm so confused.
Where is it
If I could turn back time, if I could find my shirt, I'd take it back to Hot Topic and then wouldn't hurt. Come on, Sam.
It does look like a wet
It does
seal.
look like
It does look like a Hot Topic shirt. If she could only turn back time, Bo.
I know.
If she could
Then we could
only
find
turn
that
back
shirt.
time.
But we all have that article of clothing that we've had for a long time.
But where did it go? Because it's Cher. Tori's right.
Yeah, no one's coming into her Malibu house.
Well, maybe she had it in like a gym bag, and then she's out getting a smoothie.
What article of clothing have you had for forever?
I've had a glow bug. It's an animal. It's my first original toy.
I remember that.
The glow bug. Yes, I would die if I lost my glow bug.
I have a pair of UMass workout shorts that I know I can't fit anymore. I just wear them as like that last thing of underwear. So I know that's when I have to do laundry when I'm down to my
That's
UMass
laundry
shorts.
day.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't know. I've had stuff for way too long that.
There's got to be something. Think.
I don't know. Tori?
I've had a pair of boxers that say I danced my pants off at Miley's bat mitzvah since 1995, and I don't wear them. I just keep them.
Yeah, there's some things that you hang on to.
Yeah, for some reason. And I also have a teddy bear.
What is it?
My fraternity shirt that I was initiated in.
You still have it?
Yeah, still have it.
No, you were initiated in it.
Yeah, so that was 2001.
Does there have any holes in it?
No,
Is there hazing involved?
A little bit.
Alpha Kappa Bo.
All right, well, hey, if you guys have any articles of clothing that you want to share with us, please let us know. It'll be really fun to read your comments.
Keep it PG.
Maybe not. DBL is live. We'll bring you breaking news as soon as it happens. Coming up, a man chose his dog over his own health, a touching reason why in today's Heart Threads. And you, the viewer, are our fifth host. Rumors are running wild that the Mueller report is about to hit. DBL Nation, what do you think? Will it be a bust or a bombshell? We'll share your comments next.
Best
Let's take it over here. Walk around a little bit because these boxers that you're talking about. These boxers that you're
I danced my pants off at Miley's bat mitzvah.
Who's Miley?
So she's a girl in 7th grade. We all would go to bat mitzvahs.
7th grade, you've had these?
I don't wear them. I just have them as like a thing.
Sheesh.
And then it reminds me of better days. It reminds me of a good time. And then I have my teddy bear that I took to the audition for DBL. And guess what his name is? Albert. And now I work with Al Jackson. Isn't that weird?
Wow.
So I took I have a picture of me with Albert on the way to the audition. But I could never, ever, ever lose Albert. Do you have a teddy bear or anything like that?
No teddy bears. You know what? I moved around so much as a kid. I've lost so much of my childhood memories.
Sad.
No, it's not. I mean, it's all good. Like all my jerseys and all my sports accomplishments, I leave in at my parents' house.
That's nice.
You know, for that day, I have my man cave. No, my grandparents do, but my parents, my dad being a football coach, we bounced around so much.
Oh man!
I have like these huge like treasure chests full of stuff. So that one day when I finally buy a house, I have my man cave. I'll have my own shrine put up. But yeah, those UMass shorts.
You have? Are they lucky
They're
for you?
so faded.
Yeah.
No, lucky because that's what I worked my butt off.
Yeah.
You worked your butt off in these shorts.
That's sort of like my myling pants. No, I'm just kidding.
When laundry's getting down and I get down to that, it's time to do laundry.
For women, it's always like that. You always get down to like, should I wear a bikini bottom today, or do I really need to do laundry? At some point, you go bikini bottom.
So send in your clothing articles or whatever it is that you've had for a long time that you just cannot not only get rid of, but you can't lose.
Yeah, that would be tragic.
Right in. All right, see you guys.
Bye, guys.
Welcome back to DBL. Rumors are swirling in D.C. that Robert Mueller's investigation is coming to an end. And many Washington insiders, including our very own Tori Shulman, expect to see the final report any day now. We're all wondering what will be revealed. Some speculate this could bring down the White House, while others, well, they're not so sure about that. So DBL Nation, do you think the Mueller report will be a bombshell, or is it going to be a big old bust?
All right, let's get to these comments. Jess from Facebook says, I don't believe this for a minute. It's been about to drop for 6 months now. Yawn. It's a non-story. You know what, Jess? It's like waiting for a rapper to come out with his album finally. You know, we've just been sitting here waiting for it. I'm like you. I'm just going to wait. I really have nothing to say. I'm just going to wait if it comes out to the public.
If you're interested, there are a ton of tweets going around about how long people have waited for this Mueller report. It's like the third trimester, or like waiting for Lauryn Hill to show up on stage. Danny from Facebook says, Trump has done nothing wrong. The only thing he's done is make America great again. That's awesome. I'm glad that you think so. I fundamentally disagree, but respectfully so. I think we just have to wait and find out. I think it's going to trickle down. Again, our generation likes things like this. We want instant gratification. Bo and I are on opposite sides, but we can agree. It's going to be more of a trickle, but just if you're interested, keep abreast of the situation. Keep looking at that newspaper. Things will happen just slower than you expect.
And we'll keep everybody up to date.
Oh,
we're on all the time here.
Trickle, not a waterfall.
Not a waterfall.
Yes,
not a
Lynn from Facebook says, what else would a guilty person do other than deny, deny, deny? An innocent person would say, bring it on and let me clear my name. Lynn, gotta agree with you. I mean, collusion. That's what we're talking about, right? We're talking about what you're talking about. They were drunk. Trump and Putin on Russian Stoli vodka. And then Russian prostitutes. They hacked the machines in Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Florida. They completely rigged the election. We find out Ivanka Trump is actually cloned by a Russian operative. And then we're going to find that he's going to be impeached, or he's going to resign, either one. And even if he does, then Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders are going to completely undo every executive action by this president. And they're going to be sponsored by a campaign by Metamucil and Effordent.
I hope that's not redacted.
Are you saying they're old?
So
are you saying Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden are old?
Sam, can you not run anybody better than those two? Oh, you got Beto O'Rourke. He could be the savior.
It's Beto. Why are you saying it like that?
His name is Robert Francis.
So what?
To be honest.
Say Beto. Ralph Lauren was Ralph Lipschitz.
It's fine.
Let's get one more comment.
Okay, sorry.
Mike from Facebook says, declassify all the info from the Hillary emails and release them too. I'm all for transparency. Let's see the Hillary emails. Let's see everything with the Mueller report. Literally, I don't care about what political side I'm
Just
on.
show it.
I want to see transparency everywhere. Yeah. That felt good.
Woosah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for writing in. We love hearing from you guys. Well, after more than a decade of performing in Vegas, a huge act is coming to an end. Who is it? Let's get to Kelly Schuberth with the details.
Sam, it is the end of an era. Donny and Marie Osmond are officially ending their Las Vegas residency. The brother and sister duo made the announcement this week after 11 years of performing there. The Flamingo says they started their show in Sin City in 2008 and planned for just a 6-week run. Now their final performance will be November 16th. But don't worry, Donny Marie fans, the duo says they will still perform in some way.
Oh, man.
Bert,
can we go to Vegas? Our senior EP is going to go. He knows them very well. Can we come along with you?
No. I just want to go
He's
to
not
Vegas.
Mike, but he said no. You can go to Vegas anytime you want. You can go to Vegas anytime you want, honey. You're a big boy. Oh, you're going to go with Bert?
Yeah.
Whoa.
He
See
said
about
no
that.
to y'all.
Oh.
What's wrong?
Brandon gets to go? No. No, you don't.
See?
There he is. Yeah. There he is.
What is wrong with DBL live from Vegas? How amazing would that be?
Oh my God, I think we can organize it. We're going to chip away on him, and I'm really good at Wheel of Fortune. I know it's all luck, but
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
All right, coming up on DBL, find out why a man defied doctors to save his dog. You do not want to miss this heartwarming story coming up next.
So I'm actually going to be looking for some advice from you guys. One, I'm going shopping for new glasses. So I'm going to be getting some like tortoiseshell, and I'd love to hear your favorite glasses. If you want to send pics, it's info@dailyblastlive.com. I'm overwhelmed. I want to look smart, cool, want to know your thoughts, what's on trend for glasses. So let me know what you guys are up to. Al always has great glasses. Oh, thank you, Al. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's embarrassing, but I'm glad I have coffee now. Al always wears the coolest glasses. Lex wears the coolest glasses. I've asked for their help, but I always show up with glasses that are either I'm trying too hard. Do you guys know what I'm saying? The clear plastic where I'm trying to be a hipster and I'm not. Or like the dark ones, but like Thomas Jefferson. So any kind of advice you guys can give. I'm also going for a big shopping haul, and I know you guys love talking wardrobe. I'm looking for blouse ideas, and I'm looking for, I want to do more jeans and blouses, as I've been given the go-ahead. And I want to know, do you think that prints, florals, stripes, what are your favorite in looks right now? I don't love florals, but I'm looking to find out what the DBL Nation is trending on right now. We always tell you what's trending, and I kind of want to take it from the reverse. Flip it and reverse it. Mark it, I'ma flip it. Yeah. First, let's walk over here. Hey, it's Big Chris. What's going on?
You know what's trending is March Madness. You know what else?
What?
Tori's in third place right now. Are you kidding me?
I know. I saw. Do you want to know my name of my bracket? I say it every day. Stop making all that bracket.
Yep.
So stupid.
Welcome back to DBL. Today's Heart Threads is all about the love for animals. Watch how one man risked his life to save his four-legged friend. This man suffering from frostbite put his life on the line to save his beloved dog from being left alone.
Then I left against medical advice to save my dog.
Jay Mitchell recently lost his wife to cancer and lost his home, and was living in his truck with his dog Hero. When church members got Jay and Hero a hotel room, Jay learned his feet were frostbitten. Doctors said Jay's situation was life-threatening, but all he could think about was Hero alone in that hotel room.
And they told me, you know, if you leave, you could die. But so could my dog, you know, and he's like a friend to me, and with my wife passing, he's all I have left.
Jay left the hospital and found a place for Hero a few days later. Back in the hospital and awaiting amputation of part of his feet, Jay got a surprise visitor.
Hi, Hero. Hi, buddy. Hello, buddy. Hello, buddy. Oh, my God.
A GoFundMe is raising money for Jay and Hero. And Jay says amputation doesn't scare him anymore.
But he's been my hero for a long time.
Hero, you're our hero. We will be right back.
Promotion.
Welcome back to Double Jump, where we talk the latest in gaming, tech, and pop culture news. Today we're here to review Jordan Peele's Us, which is about a family vacation that turns upside down when they're attacked by doppelgangers. Alex, I'm gonna go to you first. Let me know the good, the bad, the great, and the ugly about this movie. What did you think?
Well, the bad and the ugly are difficult for me on this one because I don't really think there are any.
Right.
But on the good front and the great front, I really do think the acting stands out in this movie. Like we already told you, and this is not a spoiler, it's about a family and it's about clones. So clearly actors are kind of double rolling in this one, but you really can't tell at all. Like, that's how phenomenal they do.
Yeah, being able to flip upside down in the exact same scene, like, and become the opposite of what your character was coming into the movie was absolutely brilliant on every single actor's part and actress's part.
It's unquestionably amazing on
Yeah.
that front. You know, another great part of it is the music. You can tell from the trailer the music plays a big role in it, and it's a really creative choice.
The music is wonderful. I mean, who would have thought 5 on it, slowed down, would actually be a scary track. It set quite a creepy tone for the entire movie, and they used a lot of popular music. I mean, you got some NWA in there, some Beach Boys in there, which apparently they're better than the Beatles, but that's a debate for another day. But aside from those things, I just think Jordan Peele has a way with storytelling. I mean, he is very unpredictable in that you can't predict the twists in these stories. Just like Get Out, you really, really don't know what's going to happen until you get far into the movie.
Right.
But Alex, I'm going to ask your recommendation for this. Should they wait for theaters, rent on Redbox, or not see it at all?
Get a group of friends, get a group of all the friends you have, and go to the theater. You have to see this one in the theater.
Yes, and get a group of friends. See this one in theaters, and we'll see you next time on Double Jump.
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. Tori.
People wrote us in as their favorite piece of clothing they could never lose.
Oh,
Sierra
I can't wait.
wrote, I still have a dress I wore as a baby. Brandy says, I think I have old college t-shirts, but getting to throw them away because they're all getting holes in them. Everyone has that.
But that's a cool vintage shirt.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. And then someone else said, this is so interesting. Naomi said, everything that I can think of was burned when I still lived with my parents, but the oldest thing I have and found in the ash is a tiny porcelain horse that I got from a friend.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're so glad you have that. She also has some pictures. But yeah, you think about materialistic things, and in the end, you just need your health and your loved ones.
Yeah,
you know?
That's it.
Wow. All right, well, we will see you on Monday. Same time, same place. Have a happy weekend, everybody. Stay safe.
Bye, guys. A little bit of a rundown on a story that I found, and it's in the New York Times. It's sort of all over, but a man has been released from prison after 36 long years because of a fingerprint, and the fingerprint was actually known at the trial to not be his fingerprint.
So the fingerprint was there all along.
Yeah.
He went to prison for 36 years. That's basically his whole life.
Yeah, that's my whole life. I'm 37, so
and you think about that.
My whole life. And so he always asked, if you don't know, in all 50 states right now, if you are convicted, you can ask for DNA. But the National Fingerprint Database is different. So since 1990...
Why?
Right, because red tape. right?
It's ridiculous.
So in 1999, this gentleman asked for his fingerprint at the trial as well to be reestablished. The, prosecutor at the time said they didn't think that there was anything worth that inquiry, so the man languished in jail for 36 years.
So sad.
I want us to be clear when we talk about, I always think about the death penalty only because so many things can get slipped through.
100%.
And you never know if someone's on death row, if a fingerprint or DNA or something like that. If one man or woman is sent and it's not right, it's not a good system in my opinion. So fascinating story. He's going to join the likes of Brian Banks. We have Amanda Knox. A lot of people put in jail for a long, long time, and the Innocence Project is something that literally started because of this.
Yep.
So we're so happy to see that he's been released, but interesting story to pay attention to.
Yep. Thanks, Tor.
Thank you.
All right, bye, guys.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Because everyone's talking about this.
Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
You think this hair just naturally stays like this?
Log on and join our live conversation.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I do agree with you.
DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to Daily Blast Live. Erica Cobb. It is Friday. Yay! It's March 22nd. We are live and we're talking about what you're talking about right now. I'm here with Erica, Jeff, Al, and I'm Sam.
What's up, Sammy?
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. Happy Friday, my dude.
Happy Friday. I love him. I really do. I love you. I just love you.
Oh, I love you.
And what's my new nickname from you?
Buttercup.
And I love it so much.
Yes, that's the girl.
Yes. All right, let's get started because let me tell you, tensions in Washington are very high right now as everyone on both the left and the right wait for the end of the Mueller investigation. Speculation about the report is fierce, with some saying more indictments are imminent, while others are saying, quote, expect absolutely nothing from the report. And the likely truth of the matter is that even if the report is released today, which some people expect it may be, we, the general public, will not get to see it for some time because it first goes to the Attorney General for review. We will continue to follow the news, of course, and let you know the minute that report is released. Now, I think people need to understand that because I know that we live in a culture today, right, Erica, where because of our phones, we get everything instantaneously. But this is going to be a trickle down. We got to see it as a long game. We're not going to get any information right off the bat.
Yeah. It's difficult to even talk about it right now because it almost feels like a non-story story.
It's speculative.
Right.
Yeah.
We clearly know that some investigations have been happening. We clearly know who most of the players are, but we know nothing. So it's hard to talk about a story that isn't quite a story.
We just hope we all get to see it. I know that the House voted Al 400 to 0, 420 to 0, that they all want to see it. Republicans, Democrats have all come together saying they all want to be able to see the report.
Yeah, I mean, we're in a culture of immediacy, like you're saying, Sam. But I think if you look at the way this investigation has played out and how it seems like Mueller's career has played out, he does everything with the long game. There's nothing quick. He never bent. Remember, 3 months ago, all our viewers were saying, we just want to see it. Show us something. He was like, I don't care what you want to see. Be patient. It'll come when it comes. And when it comes out and we finally get a chance to look at it, we'll break it down and we'll see where we go from there. But until then, it's just speculation.
And I know you, for one, are just so ready for this to be over with.
By the way, Jeff looks great. You should be playing a piano.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
At Nordstrom's?
Yeah, no, like a nice classy bar with like a singer on top of it.
Yeah.
All right. What's
wrong with that?
That's pretty much.
I love it. I said, I'm into it.
That was better than what I was going to say. I was going to say, honestly, I'm more interested in NCAA tournaments than I am about the Mueller investigation. Honestly. And I don't know if that means I'm a bad American. It's just, I don't care, to be honest with you. I really don't.
You will care when you start to hear the details, am I right?
Maybe I will. Oh, I mean, I'm going to have to care for this show, but I think there's so much anticipation that's coming from these investigations that no matter what they say, people are going to be like, oh my God, did you hear that? And then the other half is going to say, that doesn't really mean anything. So we're going to be back to square one.
I think you'll care once everything comes out. I really do.
All right, we'll see. If I win my brackets, we'll see who I care more about.
Okay. All right. Well, Roseanne Barr is, or has decided rather, who is to blame for the downfall of her show. The 66-year-old comedian and actress is opening up about the events that led to her hit ABC reboot, Roseanne, getting canceled. And in a new interview with the Washington Post, Roseanne blames the show's cancellation on her co-star, Sarah Gilbert, rather than on her racist tweet about Valerie Jarrett. Roseanne says Sarah destroyed the show and her life, and she goes on to say, quote, "She will never get enough until she consumes my liver with a fine Chianti." Roseanne blames Sarah because 27 minutes before ABC announced the cancellation of the show, Gilbert tweeted that Barr's comments about Valerie Jarrett were, quote, "abhorrent and do not reflect the beliefs of our cast and crew or anyone associated with our show." In response to Roseanne today, Sarah told the Washington Post, quote, "I'm extremely disappointed and heartbroken over the dissolution of the original show. She will always be my family. I will always love Roseanne." Wow, when they go low, they go high, Erica. Yeah. Sarah Gilbert, wow, class.
Here's the thing. Anytime you're in an ensemble, if someone says something that is 100% against your beliefs and who you are, you must say something, speak out, or what do? Otherwise, everyone believes that it's 100% your belief,
you're complicit,
too.
Right?
Right. So it's really, Sarah did the right thing. She said, this is not who I am or who the crew is. Do not put this on us. Roseanne right now is doing what a lot of people tend to do. Somebody went against you, and even though they went against you in a way that was just to be like, I'm clearing my name, you start to make everything about them and how they're out to get you. And then 6 months down the line, when you haven't even seen or heard from them and they're off living their best life, then all of a sudden, this was all a conspiracy theory about me. And it really wasn't. You've just had a lot of time on your hands to make this up.
It's like so simple. Like, you're playing the victim here. And I know you always speak about ownership, acknowledgement, just be a better person.
Yeah.
Why is she blaming anybody? Just blame yourself.
Misery loves company, and they'll take any response they could get, even if it's miserable, because that's what they want. Sarah Gilbert handled this like a champ. She's like, here, this is exactly what happened. I love my crew. I love myself. I'm not going to respond to this. This is how you deal with crazy, allegedly. I'm calling her crazy, but this is how you deal with it. With people on the internet that, you know, for everyday people, when you think someone is a little bit crazy on the internet, they probably are. Deal with them the way Sarah Gilbert did.
Do you think that Roseanne has you being a comedian, do you think that she has a chance to come back if she were to take some sort of ownership?
I think that would be the first step. And clearly we've had almost a year of this, and we haven't made first step in terms of any kind of resolution or taking any kind of mea culpa. So I don't expect anything from her. You know, Roseanne was once a brilliant comedian. We haven't heard from her in a while, and we haven't heard her say anything funny for a while. So until that happens, I think she's got some self-reflection, some self-building to do, and then maybe, because America loves a comeback. They do. And, you know, America still has a soft spot in their heart for Roseanne, but she's got to take the
And I do want to point out, final thought, if she had said, you know what, I took a good look in the mirror and I'm the reason why Roseanne fell down,
be over.
She would be on her first step to her
exactly
comeback.
Right.
Yes,
that's it.
Erica
now she
always
just fell
says
down.
it. The comeback you're willing to earn. That's an Erica Cobb thing, and she's right.
Thank you.
Yes, honey. All right. Well, today in New Zealand, thousands have gathered to mark Friday's call to prayer, reflecting on the moment 1 week ago today when 50 Muslim worshippers in 2 mosques were gunned down. Here is what New Zealand's Prime Minister said at the service.
The believers in the mutual kindness, compassion, and sympathy are just like one body. When any part of the body suffers, the whole body feels pain. New Zealand mourns with you. We are one.
Wow. Earlier today, hundreds formed a human chain, locking arms around one of the mosques, forming a symbolic shield around Muslim worshippers who had gathered there. And New Zealand women of all faiths wore headscarves as a symbol of unity. One woman explains why she's wearing hers in solidarity with Muslim women who wear hijabs. Watch.
My primary reason was that if anybody else turns up waving a gun, I want to stand between him and anybody he might be pointing it at. And I don't want him to be able to tell the difference, because there is no difference.
Oh my God.
And, you know, unfortunately and fortunately, tragedy is the biggest thing that brings a country together, and I wish we could find another way to bring our country together, to bring all countries together, other than just a major tragedy.
It depends on the leader. I mean, you look at 9/11, and yeah, we had a lot of people come together, but we also saw a lot of Muslim people being unfairly persecuted and discriminated against after 9/11. So I think the way that Jacinda Ardern is doing this, and the way that people are wearing hijabs, when unfortunately a lot of people have been discriminated against for wearing hijabs, this is how you do it. It's so beautiful. It's so moving. I agree, though. I hate that it takes a tragedy to do that, but kudos to New Zealand. DBL is live, and we will bring you breaking news as soon as it happens. Coming up, think you can pass a 1980s grammar quiz? We're going to have a little fun with it later on Flashback Friday. Also, you won't want to miss Erica's chat with Chrissy Metz. It almost left the producer of her new film in tears. And you, the viewer, are our fifth host. Rumors are running wild about the Mueller report. DBL Nation, what do you think? Will the report be a bust? Is it going to be a bombshell? We're going to share your comments about that next.
Best
comments about everything from Roseanne to so loud in here, sorry. Is there a way that we can, David, can we turn it down a little bit so I can talk to the viewers? Thank you, David. Arlie78 on YouTube, Roseanne can't go 6 months with doing something to try to get attention. We all need to just ignore her. She will go away either way or get some help. Hey, Arlie, I think you hit the nail on the head. It's almost manic. She can't control herself. There's been reports in the past from people that know her that, and even Roseanne herself has spoken out about, you know, her mental health, and she's doesn't seem to be mentally sound now. She definitely hasn't been mentally sound in the past, and I really hope that she gets help, and I really would like to see her just become a better person in all of this.
We just don't treat mental illness with the immediacy that it needs to. I've heard anecdotes and podcasts, I'm not going to say from who, but people that worked on that Roseanne show the first time, and apparently she made it very difficult sometimes. Back then.
You hear from her exes as well.
Right, and so like you can imagine what was going on.
They live in Texas.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, we need some humor,
Yeah.
man. So yeah, I hope she gets the help she needs. And
Me too.
again, it just seems like when the more money and more power somebody has, the less likely it is that there'll be anybody around. It's like, hey, no, I'm taking you in right now.
Yeah.
And you see the people that do have that kind of power dynamic, like Britney Spears with her parents, and look at her, what, 10 years later, 12 years later?
Yeah, thank God for the Britney Spears situation, but you also look at people with famous people that are suffering because they're surrounded by yes people, like we saw it with Amanda Bynes, and then her parents, thank God, took conservatorship too, but their friends become such yes people.
What's up with the Big Ten?
You wonder, it's almost like you see with R. Kelly, not to excuse anything R. Kelly, but you almost see it on a higher degree with celebrity because no one's there to check them.
Right, and I think with mental illness, like you are kind of confined by what your reach is. If you're just a guy that works somewhere, that's fine. But if you have millions of dollars and you can do all the things your crazy brain is telling you to do,
yeah,
then that's
scary.
when we start to get in the problems.
That's scary. Thanks, guys. Welcome back to DBL. Rumors are swirling in D.C. that Robert Mueller's investigation is coming to an end, and many Washington insiders expect to see the final report any day now, maybe even today. We're all wondering what will be revealed. Some speculate this could bring down the White House, while others, well, they're not so sure about that. So DBL Nation, will the Mueller report be a bombshell or a big old bust?
All right, let's see. James from Facebook says they do not want to submit the report because everyone will know that there was no Russian collusion. All right, well, James, I think we know how you feel. Look, James, you don't know, and I don't know, because no one knows unless you work for the Mueller team. We just don't know. They've been investigating for a year. It seems like they've got something, but we don't know until we see. So, you know, if there's no Russian collusion, you will be exonerated of that. That's not the right word. What's that?
But it was a big word, so
yes,
good.
not exonerated. What's the word I'm looking for? Solidified in his thought. That's
Validated.
also validated. There we go, James. You're going to be validated. No collusion, James.
Matthew from Facebook says Mueller and his investigation was nothing but a big waste of time and money. I'll go with the big waste of time and money in the idea that I don't like to just sit around and speculate, because I think that it's an intentional effort to detract from what I'm supposed to be focusing on. And I think ultimately there's been a lot of gaslighting for the past couple of years. So until I see something concrete in front of me, then I'm going to reserve my judgment.
Good for you, Erica. As an adult, I will speculate over here, though.
I was like, that's kind of what we do here. Erica's going to love this next comment from Facebook, and from Facebook. Until the final report comes out, all of this is speculation and hearsay. So wait on the final report before anyone gets too excited. You said it all right there. I mean, everyone's already judging Trump's get impeached, or how could you say that about Trump? Say what? No one's even said anything yet. Everyone relax. It's been 6 months. It's probably going to be another 6 months. Take a vacation. Watch the NCAA brackets. They're exciting.
Okay. Bobby from Facebook says Trump loved leaks when it came from WikiLeaks. Let's see how he feels about them when the Mueller report leaks out. I just hope for transparency. I hope we all get to see it. I know that the House voted unanimously to see it. I really hope that we are able to see it all.
Do you guys think it's weird? Everybody's like, we don't know anything. I'm like, there's a ton of indictments.
I know, that's true.
His head lawyers in jail.
Yeah.
His campaign finance person in jail.
There's been fallout. There's been fallout.
No, there's people in jail. That's not fallout.
I know.
It's done.
Yeah.
They're in jail watching us.
I know. Are we like just drinking Kool-Aid over here?
It's just like everybody's like, yeah, I don't know what people are talking about. There's like there's more guys from the Trump team in jail than from Death Row Records right now. I guarantee you.
Well said.
Including the Dog Pound and the East Siders.
Wow. Said. After more than a decade of performing in Vegas, a huge act is coming to an end. So let's get to Kelly Shurip to find out who that act is.
Sam, it is the end of an era. Donny and Marie Osmond are officially ending their Las Vegas residency. The brother and sister duo made the announcement this week after 11 years of performing there. The Flamingo says they started their show in Sin City in 2008, and they planned for just a 6-week run. Now their final performance will be November 16th, but don't worry, Donny and Marie fans, the duo says they will still perform in some way.
Whoa.
I know. I mean, our very own senior EP, Bert Dubrow, is going to go for their last hurrah. I thought maybe we could all go as a team. He said no.
It's in Vegas?
Yes,
I'll go to Vegas. I don't know if we're going to.
Yeah.
Well, we could go to Vegas.
And just
I'll commit to that.
But if he's there, Erica, and we all just happen to be in Vegas.
I didn't know you were going to be here.
Yeah. Then we just swindle our way in.
I say I'm in.
I'm in. You in?
For Vegas, yes.
No Donny and Marie?
I'll put my cup out to the wall and just listen through there. I don't know their songs.
All right, fair enough, fair enough. Coming up on DBL, This Is Us star Chrissy Metz discusses the power of prayer in her new movie breakthrough. She's a believer. That's next.
In the
DBL Nation. We good? Okay. Hi guys, how you doing today? I have a bit of political news for you. So there's news breaking all over the place, over all the big networks and across all the big journalistic websites, that Jared Kushner, who is the husband of Ivanka Trump, who is the daughter of our president, Donald Trump, used WhatsApp to do official business. Now, that's kind of, for someone in the White House using WhatsApp, that's not very good. So WhatsApp, for those of you who don't know, WhatsApp is a messaging service, and it's a messaging service owned by Facebook. It's a text messaging service that you can use using 4G network and over Wi-Fi. So there is the ability to encrypt messages on it, but for someone in the White House to be using that service, that's not good. Now this comes as the Senate as the House Oversight and Reform Committee is sending all these requests to the White House, trying to get information. That committee is headed by Elijah Cummings. And so this is interesting because President Donald Trump has been big about criticizing Hillary Clinton for using a primary email service. So it'll be interesting what comes of this. Thanks. Bye.
Welcome back to DBL. Breakthrough is a new faith-based film from producer Devon Franklin, and it features This Is Us star Chrissy Metz, who plays a mother facing impossible odds. I got the chance to catch up with them both in today's Chatting with the Stars. Well, welcome to DBL. Chrissy and Devon, we're so happy to have you both here. Now, before we get to Breakthrough, Devon, what's it like working with Chrissy? Because I'm a huge This Is Us fan, and I want to know if you keep up with the show as well.
Now, listen, I'm going to be honest. I don't keep up with the show. My wife does. She watches it religiously. But what I can tell you about working with Chrissy is you just have to get your Kleenex ready every day you're on set. The same way, you know, audiences cry when they watch her on This Is Us, her performance in Breakthrough, it's transformational.
But my John is a fighter and he doesn't give up. So I need you to go and be the best for John. Nothing less. And you just let God do the rest.
I'm playing Joy Smith, you know, a real person, a real true story. She's a force of nature, and her determination and her unwavering love for her son and the desire for him to survive. And there's no question.
Well, Chrissy, both of the characters that you play, both in This Is Us and Breakthrough, are both mothers who fear for their children's life at this point. What's it like for you to take on these dramatic roles?
Well, it's interesting because at the point that I was shooting the film, Kate was not a mother. Playing and portraying Joy Smith, that informed Kate and her, you know, role as a mother. It's not easy, and you really have to sort of step aside and allow the whatever you're feeling, the empathy, the love, the determination, the desire for your children to survive. And a lot of it is the surrender.
But you know, it's interesting because I found if we're paying attention just at the right moment that we get a lot of the answers. And so I have to tell you, Devon, that this morning when I was really panicking about getting to work on time, I opened up my Instagram and you were on it talking about stress in the spirit and worrying.
There's some people that God in their life that are peace disruptors. I pray you remove any peace disruptor from their life right now.
Right at the right moment, and I'm like, I received that, I received that.
Me too.
Oh, praise God.
Me too.
How does he inspire you?
You know, I'm like, oh, I watched your Instagram videos. Even though I see him every single day, and I'm like, oh, this is so amazing when you said this. He's changed my life, and he continues to change my life, so beyond grateful.
Oh, my goodness. Y'all about to make me cry. What's up with
It's true, though. It's so true. It's so true. It's so true.
The testimony is real. Let me just... Coming up on DBL, why are fans of the sitcom Friends going nuts today? We'll tell you all about it. Also, it's a therapy that almost everyone wants to do. Brandon finds why writing is making such a difference in some people's lives. That's next.
Promotion.
DBL Nation, commercial break with Brandon is in full effect. First and foremost, happy Friday. What are your plans this weekend? Go ahead and write in. But a lot of y'all are talking about the Operation Varsity Blues, the cheating scandal. You guys aren't tired of talking about that yet? But let's read some of the comments that you all have wrote in for us. Sean Spica from St. Louis says, talking about how USC is thinking about revoking some students' degrees and kicking some kids out of school. Sean, like I said, says that would be ridiculous. They earned their degree. I can't see how you could revoke a degree. My only thing is this. Let's say there's a cheater in baseball, used steroids, won multiple home run records. I'm not going to name any names. Do we take back the home run records? Let's say there's a cheating and we find out the New England Patriots cheated in a Super Bowl. Do we take back Super Bowl rings? Is it the same thing as a kid going through and getting his degree? Think about that, guys. Diane Dudston Fries from Atlanta. My mom lives in Atlanta. What up, ATL? She says, put an asterisk by their names, LOL. Just like some of the college record books. In sports, they do that. They put asterisks by things, or they just remove that championship ring trophy from that squad, from that team. Let's see what else. We got Patricia Davis from Atlanta. ATL in the building says, yes, if they cheated to get into college, take the degrees away. Can we find out if they were complicit, if they knew about that their parents paid money for them to get in, if they knew that they were taking their SATs with a proctor who was giving them the test. If we can find a way to get that information, then yes, I agree. Take the degrees away, really. Because I think we need to lean more on these proctors. I think we need to have a little jail time for these proctors and make them flip and start talking about which kids knew and which kids actually didn't. Mark Howard from Knoxville says, yikes, that seems pretty drastic. I mean, many of these kids probably had no idea what their parents had done, and they worked hard to earn their degree. It's like, I'm okay with that, because if it's a kid who didn't know what his parents, he or she parents were up to, still went to that college, earned good grades, and earned a degree, they should be able to keep that degree. That's just my opinion. But if it's a kid that knew, like was bragging about how they got into school, then, you know, I think we take that degree. I've got a DBL Health Blast that I have to get to, so make sure you guys check that out. Sponsored by Dr. Host. Brandon London out. I'm coming. Welcome back to DBL. Nearly 54 million Americans live with disabilities, and horseback riding has developed into a popular way to support this community. Now, I visited the Colorado Therapeutic Riding Center to hear one family's journey, and this Health Blast presented by Dr. Hose. Hi, Rachel. Hi. Brandon London.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Rachel.
you as well. Let's get started. All right, Rachel, I feel so privileged to be here right now. Tell me all about the Colorado Therapeutic Riding Center.
We are a therapeutic riding facility. We service clients with special needs, a wide variety of physical, mental, cognitive, behavioral, social goals that are achieved here.
John has severe autism, and that looks different for lots of kids. For him, he's nonverbal. At this point, he doesn't read or write. I think the hardest thing for us raising a kid with disabilities is just so many doors get slammed in your face outright. You just hear, oh, he can't do this, or he is not eligible to do this.
How long has John been riding here at the Colorado Therapeutic Riding Center?
He's been riding here for about 6 years, and I have been teaching him for almost a year now.
I don't think he's missed a session, unless except for real bad weather, since he started.
He enjoys being here, and he's becoming more and more flexible, and he's able to ride different horses and come in and have a different routine and get his helmet off the shelf and be able to engage when he's riding. He holds his reins and he uses his reins for steering.
When he's sitting up there on the horse, he just seems so much more present than he does most of the time, and that's really special to see.
It really helps him focus and concentrate and align and sort of recenter himself.
It's something he's always loved, he's always been excited about, so we're happy to keep taking him.
And we're really lucky to be a part of something so huge, and we feel that it is just as therapeutic for us to be working with these clients in this environment, and it gives a lot back to us as well.
And to stay on your path to wellness, call Dr. Hose at 1-800-393-6540.
Wow.
That was amazing.
That's incredible. I mean, you see organizations like this. There's another organization called the Gentle Barn where they take severely abused children and they pair them up with severely abused animals, and you see you see them heal one another. It's just incredible. So way to go, Brandon. I'm glad everybody can see that organization. Brandon. Well done. Here's what's coming up next on Daily Blast Live.
Talk show queen Wendy Williams' husband is finally opening up. What he's revealing about her struggle with sobriety. Then, it's the heart-stopping video going viral right now. we'll show you what happens when this high-wire stunt goes haywire and the surprising denim do's and don'ts. The one thing you should never do to your jeans. When DBL returns.
Welcome back to Double Jump, where we talk the latest in gaming, tech, and pop culture news. Today we're here to review Jordan Peele's Us, which is about a family vacation that turns upside down when they're attacked by doppelgangers. Alex, I'm gonna go to you first. Let me know the good, the bad, the great, and the ugly about this movie. What did you think?
Well, the bad and the ugly are difficult for me on this one because I don't really think there are any.
Right.
But on the good front and the great front, I really do think the acting stands out in this movie. Like we already told you, and this is not a spoiler, it's about a family and it's about clones. So clearly, actors are kind of double rolling in this one, but you really can't tell at all. Like, that's how phenomenal they do.
Yeah, being able to flip upside down in the exact same scene, like, and become the opposite of what your character was coming into the movie was absolutely brilliant on every single actor's part and actress's part.
It's unquestionably amazing.
Yeah.
On that front. You know, another great part of it is the music. You can tell from the trailer the music plays a big role in it, and it's a really creative choice.
The music is wonderful. I mean, who would have thought 5 on it, slowed down, would actually be a scary track. It set quite a creepy tone for the entire movie, and they used a lot of popular music. I mean, you got some NWA in there, some Beach Boys in there, which apparently they're better than the Beatles, but that's a debate for another day. But aside from those things, I just think Jordan Peele has a way with storytelling. I mean, he is very unpredictable in that you can't predict the twists in these stories. Just like Get Out, you really, really don't know what's going to happen until you get far into the movie.
Right.
But Alex, I'm going to ask your recommendation for this. Should they wait for theaters, rent on Redbox, or not see it at all?
Get a group of friends, get a group of all the friends you have, and go to the theater. You have to see this one in the theater.
Yes, and get a group of friends. See this one in theaters, and we'll see you next time on Double Jump.
Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Because everyone's talking about this.
Always live. Always real. Always unpredictable.
You think this hair just naturally stays like this?
Log on and join our live conversation.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I do agree with you.
DBL starts right now.
Welcome to DBL. We are live and we are talking about what you're talking about right now. So let's get started. Talk show host Wendy Williams bravely opened up about her struggles with addiction earlier this week. If you missed it, here's that clip.
Well, for some time now, and even today and beyond, I have been living in a sober house.
Wow, and now we're hearing from her husband, Kevin Hunter. He tells Entertainment Tonight, quote, "We are moving forward with working on her sobriety and doing the work to help others, not just ourselves. It is a family process." I mean, amen, it is a family process. You know, we've talked about this on the show. When one person is suffering from addiction, it affects the entire family. That's why it's so important. If anybody out there has this in their family or friends, make sure you reach out to Al-Anon. I've been very open and honest that I've gone to Al-Anon. Al-Anon has helped me for years.
And please tell everybody what that is.
Al-Anon is pretty much, it's the 12 steps program that you use for somebody that is mostly codependents. Codependents like myself are those that have grown up surrounded by substance abuse. And so you are able to learn the tools to be better yourself.
Because I think a lot of people say, well, I didn't have a problem. My mom or my dad had a problem, so why would they go?
You go because you need to learn how to cope. You need to learn how to not be controlling, because you start to become the policeman, so to speak. And I think it'll take a big weight off of someone's shoulders if you actually have like a referendum, if you will, telling you what to do, how to cope, how to deal with it. It's a support group.
And let me ask you this, because the more I see that video, and I know we talked about this when it first came out, like maybe she needs to get back to her routine to help her out.
That's important.
You being in that situation.
Yeah.
The more I watch that video, the more I feel like maybe she shouldn't be on camera. You know what I mean? What is the right answer?
I wish I'm not an addictionologist. I don't know. I do know, and Erica spoke about this last week, it is very important to have not a lot of time on your hands.
I thought that too, but she does not.
But you don't want to be just sitting there twiddling your thumbs either, because that's when you usually turn to your vices.
Well, and the nature of what she does, like, and I would agree, like being in front of the camera is a vulnerable position anyway, and when you're not feeling 1,000,000% confident, that can turn into very high anxiety and lead to other things. I do think it's important for her, though, because to have control over her routine in that way, it is the Wendy Williams show. That's ownership over something that she can actually have. When you're responsible to someone else, and so many people are a part of that production, I think that that can actually help in a lot of ways.
She did take time off, so I'm sure she's getting counseling from someone giving her those notes, because she did take time off.
I'm speaking for myself, and I can't speak for Wendy Williams, obviously, but for myself, like being in front of that crowd, then having my wife comment to the press, I just be like, listen, I need to take a step back and shut it down.
To each its own.
That's what I would
That might be the recommendation for you, but I'm hoping that she has a team around her, and it looks to be that are helping guide her to sobriety, and good on her. Well, it's been 2 years since a terrifying high-wire accident. Now we're finally getting to see what happened when an 8-person pyramid collapsed with no net below them, and a warning, this video could be disturbing to some viewers. Wow. Oh my gosh. 5 people were injured in that incident, and they did recover. So nobody died. There were injuries. Everyone's okay. But wow, it just makes you realize, I mean, we've seen deaths happen from some of these stunts.
At Cirque du Soleil, I remember a couple of years ago. Remember they were having all those troubles with the Spider-Man on Broadway?
Yes.
I mean, you know, I was at the Nuggets game last week. I even showed you pictures. And their halftime stunt was the mascot Rocky, who I love, who's been to the studio before. He climbs up on a ladder, and then they have an extension on top of that ladder, and he's throwing the ball down in a downward motion because he's that high up at half court, and he's leaning to throw it. And the person I'm with and I are just like, I don't need to be entertained this much. It was so scary. There's no padding at all. It's just the hard, literally, they call it the hardwood. And so I don't know. You
think people are going too far in order to entertain?
It's like halftime of a regular season game, and I'm like, I couldn't even look at it. I'm like, get off the ladder, dude. And he made the shot, but I'm like, still, I'm just like, it's not worth it.
Yeah, and then there are people that do view it when you are one of the viewers, whether you're at the game. I know this was a rehearsal, but whether you're at Cirque du Soleil, that's traumatizing.
Well, yeah, I mean, here's the thing. There's clearly some safety protocols. I can say, as someone who worked for Nuggets in-game arena, there's so much that goes into those things to make it feel like it's a little bit more risky than it is. So to those people who are behind the scenes, they definitely are working very hard to make sure that everyone is safe.
Yeah, and it is elected, right? You're electing to do this. You love it. Who are we to tell someone not to do something?
Right, and they do it because some of them just get a thrill out of it.
Yeah, they love it.
Like the free climber.
I watched Free Solo with my wife, and my hands were sweating just watching that. Like, why?
Tell everybody what it is.
Free Solo is a documentary about a guy who climbs El Capitan, and he does it with no ropes.
Oh my gosh.
So he's done it 100 times with ropes. It wasn't a challenge to him. And he goes up with no ropes, and trust me,
it's scary. Your palms are sweating.
My palms are sweaty. I swear, I was like, oh my God, what is this guy doing? I was freaking out.
I know. All right. Well, chime in, DBL Nation. We want to hear from you on that. Well, in the wake of the college admission scam, you might be hearing about Snowplow parenting. They're helicopter parents on steroids. This parenting style is all about clearing every obstacle a child might face. For instance, Snowplow parents might complain to their child's employer about an internship. And get this, a new poll found 75% of parents with kids aged 18 to 28 booked their kids' doctor or hair appointments. But is this helping or putting them at a disadvantage? I mean, I'll kick this off. A huge disadvantage. You are robbing your children from learning how to be an adult and follow and get back up and dust your shoulders off.
I like this because I know an example now to say what I'm exactly the opposite of.
You're not a snowplow parent.
The exact opposite of a snowplower parent, that's what I am. There we go.
Is there any benefits to being a snowplow parent in your
I don't see it. I mean, honestly, the idea of just removing obstacles, it's like, what happens when you're no longer here to do that? And I know a lot of people who are very severely debilitated by the idea of, why isn't this just miraculously by osmosis moving out of my way? You know, it's very, for me, my parents just put everything in our path and was like, figure it out.
Yeah, because it made you the person that you are today. I mean, that's, Jeff says, no, you disagree?
I don't know. I've just seen it. I work in entertainment, and I know people that have connections and it has worked for them very well.
I think it's a little bit different, believe me.
I think it does work. I think
if
mommy or daddy can pick up the phone and make a phone call, it'll make your life infinitely easier.
You're talking about a phone call, which I get. A lot of people do not get that advantage of nepotism. I agree with you there. But that's highly different than making appointments. I mean, some of these Snowplow parents will text their children while they're in college to wake up in the morning to go to class. I know you do not stand for that, Al Jackson.
No, not for that. But I mean, Snowplow means clearing every obstacle out of the way. And that means an obstacle is auditioning for Daily Blast Live. If somebody can pick up the phone and say, Erica's in, Jeff is in, and you guys are in, that counts for something.
That's not okay. That's
and
not okay.
I agree with that, Al.
Yeah.
We all know that
I'm not saying it's good. It's just a thing.
I totally agree with it. But it's one thing to be sitting at the table. It's another thing to be emotionally ready to sit at the table.
Right. You'll be out in a week.
Right.
Lawson's 2, and I made him make me breakfast this morning.
There we go.
There you go.
I want waffles. Get to
I actually had Sophie help me unload the dishwasher this morning. I think it's important. She actually had fun.
Mine's been broke for a month.
Really?
I would like to tell everybody where I live, but I don't want to. But I'm very mad at my company.
They haven't fixed it yet?
No, I'm very upset.
I bet
and
you
they're going
are.
to feel the wrath of Big Jeff when I come home tonight.
Okay. All right.
That was just a little side note.
That was kind of hot.
That was. All right. Well, the company that gave America its first pair of jeans has gone public again, and everyone was wearing Levi jeans yesterday at the New York Stock Exchange.
But should they be?
Just so you now know, they normally have a no jeans policy. The company CEO, Chip Bergh, was there in jeans too, of course, and he says he has a 10-year-old pair of jeans that he's never washed. So DBL Nation, we need to know, do you wash your jeans, freeze your jeans, not wash them at all? Head to dblvote.com, let us know. Ew, I wash my jeans.
How often?
I probably wear them twice and then wash them because they fit better after I wash them, and I want to get all those germs off of them. Gross.
Oh,
then you sit on your couch.
I'll be 100% honest. I'm like a month, once a month.
But you do
maybe
wash
once
them
every
at
2
least.
months. But I wear the same jeans every single day to work.
Look at Erica's face. You wash them a lot?
Yeah, I wash things regularly.
You wash your jeans like a t-shirt, like the same?
No, I probably wouldn't wear a t-shirt more than once without washing it. I would wear jeans more than once without washing them. But generally, if you haven't washed something for 10 years, you want to keep that to yourself.
That's disgusting. Al?
I don't know. I think you wear the jeans until they can walk themselves. What? Nah, I let it roll.
That's so gross.
It's not gross. It's like I don't want to mess I don't want my jeans to fit tightly. What?
Then you sit on your couch?
Yeah, I'm not dunking my couch in dirt before my couch is clean too.
I don't know if your couch is clean if you have jeans that are sitting at bus stations, airports,
bus stations,
all of the above.
What? No,
airplanes.
But who lounges in their jeans? When I get home, I put sweatpants on, throw them in the corner, and then when I wake up,
we don't want to talk about how often those sweatpants get washed.
Have you been in the dressing room lately? Al's got some dirty clothes like wrapped around a bar.
I have hung those up
today.
Let's
see who the winner is. 44%. Yes, all the time. They're with Erica and I. Thank God.
Oh, they're
DBL Nation is sane.
You wash them every time. I want to talk to every viewer.
Any Friends fans in the room? Oh yeah. Well, Stephanie Jones has some trending news about the sitcom that's coming in hot.
That's right. I'll be there for you and damage your eardrums at the same time. Now I'll tell you about some hot new Friends news. Courtney Cox, who played Monica Geller on the hit TV series, posted a video on Instagram which shows herself outside her character's old apartment, and it's since gone viral. Check this out.
Good night, guys. I'm going home.
The actress posted the video along with the caption, "The one when my rent went up $12,000," poking fun at a Friends episode title. And Courtney admitted that her friend and co-star Jennifer Anderson encouraged her to post the video over dinner, which now has had more than 1 million Instagram views. Now, the building was only used for Friends exterior shots, while the rest of the film was filmed in Los Angeles, but I still think it's pretty cool.
This is beyond cool, Stephanie. Thank you. And by the way, your dress is awesome. Doesn't Stephanie's dress, like, what's wrong with saying beyond cool? And
she Stephanie just walked towards a building.
You look gorgeous, Steph.
Oh, no, Stephanie looks great.
I know. What's wrong?
I didn't get it from the clip.
It's called nostalgia, Al.
She just walked across the street.
Okay, all right.
I can do that. How many views am I going to get?
I don't think you had millions of followers. Oh, you just got a boo. Yes,
I feel like Jeff getting heckled now. I'm like, really?
A man shows his dog over his own health. but there's a touching reason why. It is such a special story. That's today's Heart Threads. Also, it's Flashback Friday. A 1980s grammar quiz is going viral. Can you pass?
Oh boy.
We're going to have a little fun coming up next.
There they are.
Best
men never watched Friends. So I don't know who's on that show. If they were in studio right now, I would not know. I don't know. What was the point of that show?
What if Idris Elba like walked by one of the projects in one of his videos?
That would do it.
The Wire.
Yeah. Even though I don't know, no spoilers, but they tore the towers down in season 3.
Oh.
Yeah. Part of the city revitalization. That was how season 3 opened, matter of fact.
I think that's where I'm at.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know spoilers, but
no
some other
spoilers.
stuff happened. Big stuff.
Yes, big stuff. And then season 4, you're going to be like, The Wire is just everything.
That's Al's favorite show.
Maybe The Wire is the black male Friends.
Maybe.
Because there's a lot of pop culture references. There's references in rap songs to The Wire. So maybe it's just a pop culture thing. I really felt like The Wire helped explain to me, like when you watch the news and when you understand like how crime can be used against the mayor. You know, in terms of like saying, if I'm running against you, oh, you're soft on crime, you don't lock anybody up, so then you go arrest a bunch of 14-year-olds with a little bit of drugs on them, and then the crime goes up, but then the neighborhood goes, what are you doing bothering us? It's like,
I don't know if it's the Friends. You know what's the Friends, the Black Friends? Martin.
Oh, yeah.
Martin's the Black Friends.
But Martin was like more of a takeoff on like it was based on, wait, no, they had a lot of people.
They had all the people in there. He had his buddies and another girls.
I would say like, living. What was it?
It's more so than The Wire.
Than The Wire, yeah. Like, remember,
The Wire's a little different if you guys haven't seen it.
What was Living Single analogous to? 4 black women living together was like the.
That's more like Sex in the City.
Yeah, Sex in the City. Okay, cool. Thanks. I watch Friends now.
Getting a braid over?
Welcome back to DBL. Today is Flashback Friday.
Yes.
So we're playing a little game from back in the day. A grammar quiz from the 1980s is going viral. And it's surprisingly tricky. Play along with us at home. None of us know the answers. Here we go. If I blank you, I would quit. Is it if I was you, I would quit, or if I were you, I would quit? Were is my answer.
I'm gonna go with was.
Oh, really?
If I were you,
I would go were.
I'm going were.
It's were.
If I were you.
Well, let's see. It's were. Oh, Al. Negative
are
one
they
for
song
Al.
lyrics?
No,
it's proper grammar.
Well, why the 1980s has grammar changed?
Don't try and backpedal. It's a test from the 80s.
All right, you seem a little frustrated with me right now.
Well, one for us, 0 for Al. I feel sad for him, but his brother could care less or couldn't care less.
Couldn't
care less. Couldn't care less.
I'm gonna say couldn't because it's could not care less.
Yes, I believe we're all right. I hope. What is it? I guess that's the wrong.
Couldn't. If you
couldn't
care less, you care even more.
So we're right. Couldn't.
Right. Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's get to the next one, which is spelled correctly. Calendar, D-E-R.
Oh, no.
Or calendar, D-A-R. It's dar.
The latter.
It's D-A-R.
D-A-R.
You know, I was gonna lie. I was gonna say E-R.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. It's D-A-R.
Yes.
It's D-A-R. So okay. So we're winning. You're not
I thought you were
winning.
gonna say you're stupid.
Oh, I would never.
I felt it coming.
Okay, here's a tough
flashback to the
one.
80s.
Here's a tough one. The blizzard severely blanked thousands of people. So is it affected with an A or affected with an E? Affected with an A.
E.
A.
I'm gonna go
A.
E.
I'm going
I'm gonna
A.
go E.
It's definitely an A. Can we see? It's A.
Listen, I make up for things in other ways.
This is a hard quiz.
I thought the E was like cause and effect.
Yeah.
Like I
Rex and
pinch
effects.
you, you say ow. I thought that would be an E.
If I pinch you, you say ow?
Because that's the cause is the pinch, then the, okay.
But the blizzard affect.
Yeah.
No,
with an A. No.
Okay, we got to get to the next one. We'll do some grammar lessons maybe during the break. This is the one that is commonly confused. If you blank down with dogs, you get up with fleas. So this I probably won't know because I'm bad with these type of things.
It's lie.
Is it lie or lay?
I believe it's lie,
If you
but
lie
I'm
with
not
dogs or
100%
lay with
sure on
lie.
that.
I would say lie. Oh, you say lay? I think it's lie.
I think it's lie.
Which one is it? I don't know this one. It's lie. Okay, I got lucky.
Yes,
I got lucky.
myself.
You're not doing well, Al.
I taught
Al's
science.
not doing well at all. Yeah, you were a grade school
Me
teacher.
now, we make up for it in other ways, right, Al?
That's right.
Here's another one. We're undefeated right now. All right, here's another one. He paid me an enormous blank. Is it compliment with an E or compliment with an I?
I think it's an I, but I'm not
I'm going with an I.
sure.
It's an I.
An eye for an eye.
If I'm wrong about this, I'm going to be surprised. Yes, it's an I.
Oh, that was a great guess.
Okay. All right.
It's called compliment.
It's okay. We got one more. And another one. Mark is stronger than his brother. Than with an A, then with an E.
Definitely
Than with
an A.
Yeah.
Definitely an A.
Definitely.
Than with an A. In this case, it's a comparison. Then with an E indicates time.
Yes.
So there you go. That was fun. So way to go, me and Erica.
Yes.
I did good too.
All right.
Thanks, Jeff.
You did good, Al. You look cute today.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thanks, buddy.
He didn't tell you you look cute.
I did.
He told
to
me at the
start
top of the show.
Okay, good. All right,
Me
coming
and Al
up.
were like this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm like looking in a mirror.
The compliments aren't really coming out of these two, so we got to do it ourselves, Jeff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean.
Is it compliment with an I?
Yeah, Erica! Coming up on DBL, find out why a man defied doctors to save his sweet dog. You won't want to miss this heartwarming story coming up next.
In the
And we are here with the DVL Digital team giving you guys more top trending stories during the breaks here at Daily Blast Live. We were just chatting about lunch. We're hungry here.
We are hungry. We're always hungry.
Yeah, we're always hungry. So new trending story for you guys is coming from BuzzFeedNews.com. And it's about this high schooler. He's 17. His name is Dax. And he was nominated as prom king. Now what's special about it is he is transgender and identifies as a male. And apparently the superintendent of the school district has said that he cannot run as prom king because biologically he's a female. It's an interesting story.
That is interesting.
Yes.
But I feel like we've kind of seen this at some high schools. Some high schools are changing their policies where anyone could be prom king or queen.
Yeah. I wonder if it's more inclusive if you get rid of king and queen and name them something else.
Yeah.
Like I can't think of what you would name them, but prom... So and so.
Royalty.
Prom royalty. Prom royalty. That would be perfect. Yeah, so now there's a petition out to get signatures to get him to run for prom king.
They should let him.
I hope it works out. Hopefully it works out for you, Dax. Bye.
Bye.
Welcome back to DBL. Today's Heart Threads is all about the love for animals. Watch how one man risked his life to save his four-legged friend. This man suffering from frostbite put his life on the line to save his beloved dog from being left alone.
And I left against medical advice to save my dog.
Jay Mitchell recently lost his wife to cancer and lost his home, and was living in his truck with his dog Hero. When church members got Jay and Hero a hotel room, Jay learned his feet were frostbitten. Doctors said Jay's situation was life-threatening. But all he could think about was Hero alone in that hotel room.
And they've told me, you know, if you leave, you could die. But so could my dog, you know, and he's like a friend to me. And with my wife passing, he's all I have left.
Jay left the hospital and found a place for Hero a few days later. Back in the hospital and awaiting amputation of part of his feet, Jay got a surprise visitor.
Hi, Hero. Hi, buddy. Hello, buddy. Hello, buddy. Oh, my God.
A GoFundMe is raising money for Jay and Hero. And Jay says amputation doesn't scare him anymore.
But he's been my hero for a long time.
Hero, you're our hero. We will be right back.
Promote.
All right, DBL, what's going on? Brendan London here for the commercial break. Let's get straight to you guys' fifth host comments. First and foremost, thanks for writing in. Abu Redmond from Facebook says, correction, Mueller witch hunt. Some people think it's still a witch hunt. I can't wait till this comes out, though. Like, whether it's a couple months down the line, a year from down the line. I just want this thing to be out already. Jared Jordan says, if they haven't found anything by now, then there isn't anything to find. Well, there have been multiple people indicted, multiple people charged already. So they found some stuff. I'm just wondering, or we're waiting to see what they have found or haven't found on Trump. Sarah Ann says the Dems already discredited the report by launching their own investigation in the House. Helen H. Smith from Facebook says it won't matter if Mueller proves he colluded with Russia or laundered money or anything else, his base will still sing his praises. I kind of agree with that. Aunt Doherty from Facebook says Trump will not be indicted while in office, even if he broke the law. Doris Cheney says, I want to read it for myself. I want to read it too, unredacted, but they're saying they have to have some redactions on there for the people who are in it who no charges were brought up against. So the redaction is going to be there. Barbara Evans Simpson says if there is anything in the report that will impeach Trump, he wouldn't have had to wait for the report. I kind of agree with that. I think I need Tori to brush up on that a little bit more because she knows the ins and outs of the legal system. I don't know if you can... I don't know when it comes to that. John and Diane Harvey, oh, you guys share an account. That's cute. He can sure dish it out, but sure can't take it. A lot of people would agree with that. Kevin Dale Howdepat Sr., well, the Mueller report won't cast Donald Trump in a bad light. He does that all by himself. Yeah, tweets, going after dead people. I think he does a great job of kind of killing himself in the sense of his image of, civility. Tony Feeble says, I will stand for it and applaud, cheer, scream for impeachment. A lot of people are thinking the same thing. You got people writing in from both sides. Thank you all for writing in on this fifth host. Now we wait for as long as we can wait. We'll try not to give you some sort of week update every day, like, hey, just in. This got faxed over. Hey, this just in. This got emailed over. Hopefully we can hear something pretty soon. Thank you all for writing in. Keep watching the show. I'm Brandon London at Brandon London TV. Check you guys. See you.
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. What do we got, Erica?
Yes. It's all about them jeans. Kevin on YouTube says, I wash my jeans every 2 to 3 weeks, but I only wear jeans on my days off. Jacob says, straight up disgusting. I would rather wash my jeans. If you don't wash your jeans, I don't want to be around you, and I don't want you to smell your body odor. That is disgusting. You need to wash your jeans.
What are you doing in jeans that you're sweating on?
That's what I'm saying. What do you guys do in construction after you leave here? Like, why are you so dirty?
Listen, one of our producers just gets new jeans.
Wow.
I'll tell you who it is. Amazing. We'll see you on Monday, same time, same place. Bye, guys.
I'm going around and asking everyone if they wash their jeans, but I gotta pull Michael Dean in here real quick because he was in our morning meeting. Michael, you don't wash your jeans. What do you do?
Yeah, so if they're really bad, I rinse them. You know? If I spill something, otherwise, yeah, okay, so if I'm gonna wash them, very rarely, you turn them inside out, cold wash, hang dry.
Yes.
That's the way
That's
I do
how
it.
I wash my jeans.
Or you just buy a new one.
Michael just wears them. He told me this morning that he just wears them until he buys new ones. I said, okay, Michael, whatever. Hey, Mike, you wash your jeans, you put them in the freezer, what do you do?
I wash my jeans, but
how often?
I mean, I wear them 4 or 5 times.
All right, that's fair. 4 or 5 times, that's good. Adam, what about you? You're wearing jeans right now. Do you wash those jeans often?
I try to wash them as little as possible.
Okay, but how little are we talking here?
Probably once a month.
That's not that bad. That's okay. All right, Charles, you're wearing jeans. How often do you wash them?
Well, if I notice the crotch whiskers,
yeah,
it's time to wash.
All right, there you go. Yeah, so he washes them when they smell. Oh, yeah. All right, Tori, you wash your jeans?
Yes, and here's why.
Tell me.
For the tush.
For the tush.
You need to get it to slim in.
It needs to be tighter.
Tighter.
Tight.
I even dry it because I like that.
Oh, see, I don't dry mine.
Like, I have Paige jeans and they really stretch.
Me too. So the Paige jeans, they start to stretch out the more you wear them. I'd say I wear them about 3 wears.
I do a 3 wear.
I say 3 wears. Yeah. And it's different for men and women.
Also, I don't put them in my freezer.
No.
Is that what we're talking about here?
Also, I feel like the bacteria goes into the freezer. That's disgusting.
It's not happening.
Right?
No, that's
okay, let us know, DBL Nation.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Because everyone's talking about this.
Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
You are totally off base here.
Log on and join our live conversation.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I do agree with you.
DBL starts right now.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Friday, everybody. Yes, March 22nd. I'm so excited the weekend's here. We are live and we're talking about what you're talking about right now. I'm here with Tori, Jeff, Al, and I'm Sam. Let's get started. Tensions in Washington are high right now as everyone on both the left and the right wait for the end of the Mueller investigation. Speculation about the report is fierce, with some saying more indictments are imminent, while others are saying expect absolutely nothing from the report. And the likely truth of the matter is, even if that report is released today, we, the general public, will not get to see it for some time because it first goes to the Attorney General for review. We will continue to follow the news and let you know the minute that that report is released. Tori, you are our DC insider. You know this world. What do you think is going to happen?
First of all, I just want it to come out. I think we all just want it to come out right now at the end. We all are feeling that way. Second off, just understand that this is a really big long game. If you're at all interested in this, and it's going to be a fascinating part of political history, if you're interested in that, it will take time. It goes to Bill Barr. He's the Attorney General. He's not a Trump guy. He's not a left guy. He's sort of right in the middle, and he knows Mueller for a long, long time. So this is actually going to be more of a bureaucratic way. He's going to decide, do I send it out?
What about the House?
Well, that's what's so interesting. 420-0. Both Democrats and Republicans have voted to make it to go public. Now,
I thought that was to legalize marijuana.
420.
There we go. What a terrible joke.
All right.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. We didn't break that up.
Yeah.
The Senate has to vote on it, and I don't think they ever will. But Republicans want to see it because, hey, it might have nothing. Democrats want to see it because, hey, it could lead to more inquiry. So we don't know at this point, but we all want it to come out.
Oh, yeah, it's time. Yeah. Well, we will keep you updated. Let me tell you, we're always on here, so we'll let you know. Roseanne Barr has decided who is to blame for the downfall of her show. The 66-year-old comedian and actress is opening up about the events that led to her hit ABC reboot, Roseanne, getting canceled. And in a new interview with the Washington Post, Roseanne blames the show's cancellation on her co-star, Sarah Gilbert.
Me too.
Rather than on her racist tweet about Valerie Jarrett. Roseanne says Sarah destroyed the show and her life. She goes on to say, quote, "She will never get enough until she consumes my liver with a fine Chianti." Roseanne blames Sarah because 27 minutes before ABC announced the cancellation of the show, Gilbert tweeted that Barr's comments about Valerie Jarrett were abhorrent and do not reflect the beliefs of our cast and crew or anyone associated with our show. In response to Roseanne today, Sarah told the Washington Post, "I'm extremely disappointed and heartbroken over the dissolution of the original show. She will always be family, and I will always love Roseanne." What a classy response.
Good for Sarah Gilbert for not taking that bait. Exactly.
Amen.
Misery loves company, and that's what Roseanne wanted. Had Roseanne, exactly. We talked about this a little earlier. Had Roseanne come out and said, "You know what? I took a good look in the mirror, and I'm the reason the show got canceled. I'm ready to get back on my feet right now." That's the first step to a comeback.
Yep.
This is one step backwards.
That's exactly right, Tori. We want to see a comeback. We want to see people have a redemption story. This is not the case with Roseanne.
No, and if you do any digging, Sarah Gilbert really saved Roseanne. She really helped her get back. She became the executive producer of the reboot. So it's like, why trash this friend who's seemingly incredibly classy? We already know she has a problem. I wish she would stop with Twitter. She obviously has an addiction. Her son tried to change the password. Like, something's wrong there.
And Al, you're a comedian and you're surrounded by a lot of people that are well known. Is it because Roseanne is surrounded by yes people, or is it the mental illness? Is it the culmination of the two? What's your?
Well, I think it's a witch's brew. You have money, you have privilege. She has a lot of power and influence over people, and with those things come yes men and women, and people that will accommodate you. We even saw this, whether it's drug addiction with somebody like Demi Lovato,
Amanda
Bynes, anybody that has influence, even R. Kelly, because of his influence just socially and monetarily. There were people saying, "Yeah, allegedly I'll do this," and "Yes, allegedly I'll do that." So Roseanne,
she seems mentally.
You're usually confined to what you're able to do. So if she's just a person with mental illness that works down the street at Subway, she can only do so much. But when you have an infinite reach with Twitter and an infinite reach with your wealth, you're gonna embarrass yourself on a much larger scale, and that's what we're seeing.
Especially if no one's calling you out.
Right.
You know? All right, well, chime in, DBL Nation. We love hearing from you as well. Today in New Zealand, thousands, and I mean thousands, gathered to mark Friday's call to prayer, reflecting on the moment 1 week ago today when 50 Muslim worshippers in 2 mosques were gunned down. Here's what New Zealand's Prime Minister said at the service.
The believers in their mutual kindness, compassion, and sympathy are just like one body. When any part of the body suffers, the whole body feels pain. New Zealand mourns with you. We are one.
Oh, chills. Earlier today, hundreds formed a human chain, locking arms around one of the mosques, forming a symbolic shield around Muslim worshippers who had gathered there. In New Zealand, women of all faiths wore headscarves as a symbol of unity. One woman explains why she's wearing hers in solidarity with Muslim women who wear hijabs.
My primary reason was that if anybody else turns up waving a gun, I want to stand between him and anybody he might be pointing it at. And I don't want him to be able to tell the difference, because there is no difference.
Oh my gosh, I know, emotional.
Every time we see this clip, I'm crying. I always say this, it reminds me of the Holocaust when Jews had to wear the Star of David, and one town, the mayor said, let's all wear the Star of David, because then there is no difference and you can't choose. And I think Jacinda Ardern, who's 38 years old, she's a year older than me, is passing down a beautiful amount of grace for her country, and they are responding. Rival bike gangs are gathering around that have never been in touch with each other. They're holding locks and making sure the Muslims are okay. The national prayer call was called out nationally to everybody. The scarves, it's a beautiful moment.
Especially because with the hijab, you know, unfortunately, the hijab for some has seen it as a way to discriminate amongst Muslim people. So to see people of all different faiths come together and wear the hijab in solidarity, wow, like that's the example. It really is. Just unity.
I just wish it wouldn't take a tragedy to unify a country, New Zealand, ours. You know, I just wish we'd find a way to unify somehow just because of kindness and goodness and love.
I do too. I do too. But I think this is the at least they're doing it the way that I think we can all follow suit.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Beautiful.
Well, DBL is live. We'll bring you breaking news as soon as it happens. Coming up, Wendy Williams, her husband, speaks out about the talk show host's health, what he's saying about her living in a sober house. And you, the viewer, are our fifth host. Rumors are running wild about the Mueller report. So DBL Nation, we want to hear what you think. Will the report be a bust? Will it be a bombshell? We're going to share your comments coming up next.
Best
hey guys, writing in, a lot of you are talking about what's going on. Oh, it's lock Trump up, says vote to count, but Mr. Vato says lock her up. Who is her?
A lot of people are saying if we're going to have transparency with the Mueller report, they want transparency with Hillary's emails.
Okay, cool. Oh, lock her up like they used to shut. Oh, I got you. Okay. So, first off, really quickly, some things will always be confidential and redacted. You know those black lines? That's only because of national security issues, and you don't want to get someone else in trouble. It's sort of a rule that can be listed if they're not being charged with anything. So just technically, you're not going to get the whole thing. As for Hillary's emails, they have already gone through that and declared that there is no issue. There is new data out today that Kushner and Ivanka are using the WhatsApp message to send each other information. So now there's an investigation. It's a texting app, and they're using, apparently or allegedly, White House information because it disappears after 24 hours. So there's always things to say, lock her up, lock him up. There's things like that. Right now, the head of the former FBI, the former head of the FBI, is interested in the president. We're focused on that. I don't know if it's going to show nothing. It could show absolutely nothing, in which case I will be very honest about it. Or it could show that there's further inquiries that we have to make and there's more indictments. I would be a fool to tell you I have no idea what it says, but I know we're all anxiously just waiting for it to drop. I think there's a lot of anxiety about it. It's been taken a year and 10 months. I mean, it's a long time.
I'm glad that it's taken this long because, again, I want every I dotted, every T crossed. I want it thorough, and it seems like Mueller's like that.
He's incredibly thorough. And to imagine not one leak came from his group. That's almost impossible to do in D.C. Have you ever heard him speak? Never. You've never really seen him in the press. You've never seen him at parties. That man is as quiet as a groundhog.
Mouse might be a better term.
Field mouse. Field mouse. Groundhogs are...
Welcome back to DBL. Rumors are swirling in D.C. that Robert Mueller's investigation is coming to an end. And many Washington insiders, including our very own Tori Shulman, expect to see the final report any day now. We're all wondering what will be revealed. Some speculate this could bring down the White House, while others, they think not so sure. So DBL Nation, will the Mueller report be a bombshell or a bust? Al, take it away.
All right, Sam, Jason from Facebook says, well, while the rest of you treat this like some kind of team sport, I'll be rooting for the full truth to come out.
Amen.
Jason, I'm on your team now, brother. I think we just want to get to the bottom of this, see what's going on, and see how we can move forward. I think everybody on both sides, it not only is anxious for this to come out, but just for this to be resolved so we can get back to some normalcy. We don't talk about what our government does in terms of implementing policies that help you, Jason, your family, and my family. We just talk about this soporific thing, and
they work for us.
I don't think we've gotten anything done.
Yeah, and they work for
Us.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a reality show at some point. It feels like that. Barbara from Facebook says, if there was anything in the report that would impeach Trump, we wouldn't have had to wait for the report. Actually, that's definitely not true, only because he has Mueller, if you will. And again, former director of the FBI, a super thorough guy. You've never really heard him speak. There's been no leaks. This guy is a dot the I, cross the T type of guy. He can find things that we don't know about. He can subpoena things we don't know about. And he can also talk to witnesses we don't know about. So all of that has to come through. Then it goes to Bill Barr, our Attorney General. Then it goes to the Senate and the House. Once they get it, we can talk impeachment. But it doesn't just hit it like it's not going to be a dumbbell.
It's not a movie.
And we get to see it? Will we get to hear the details, Tori?
It depends. So Bill Barr's the Attorney General. It's up to him. He wants transparency. He's one of those unbiased, in the middle kind of guy. He also is really good friends or knows Mueller for decades. So these are straight and narrow, not one side or the other guy. So expect a fair response. The entire House unanimously asked to see it. People say
Republicans and
Democrats. I think they're. I expect we'll see parts of it, is what I think. I think we will see parts of it. But don't expect in this world of social media where you get an instant response, it's not going to be like that. We're not going to be like, the butler did it in the conservatory. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Helen from Facebook says, it won't matter if Mueller proves he colluded with Russia or laundered money or anything else. His base will still sing his praises. You might be right, but then again, you might not be. It depends what's in those papers, and we don't know. Right now, I'm more worried about my NCAA brackets. I think Tori said it all.
Don't you think Mueller should make it in a bracket?
That would be awesome. I'd be all in.
The top four, like Flynn.
Who do you think's leaving?
Trump is in the middle.
See, I like that.
There you go.
Sarah,
maybe we should do that for the show.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Kind of a good
tutorial.
March Madness.
Yes, I think it's a great idea.
I think that slogan's taken, but yes, we'll work on it.
We can workshop it, though. Yeah.
Sarah from Facebook says the Democrats have already discredited the report by launching their own investigation. I don't know about that. Listen, I'm just all about transparency. I want to see everything. I want to know exactly what the leaders of our country are doing. And at the end of the day, they work for us. We're the constituents. And I really have a problem with abuse of power. No matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat, I want to make sure that people are held accountable, and that includes our government. Most importantly, I would say.
Very true. And the good thing here is, if it's a little vague, at least the House and Senate will be able to make further inquiries. So Democrats or Republicans can say, great, now I want to subpoena blank. So this just clears the fog.
Because they're the oversight.
That's the check and balances. So just know the fog is being clear, but it's not going to be the butler again.
I hope it's the butler because I have him in Final Four.
But aren't six of Trump's?
Yeah, can we talk about this? The fact that there's already indictments and someone's in jail.
The term
there's 34 people already been indicted.
The term witch hunt means you're looking for something that doesn't exist. There are 6 people of his advisors that are in jail.
Yes.
I believe 26.
34 people have been indicted.
Yeah, 26 Russian nationals, 3 Russian companies, 1 American, 1 London-based company, and people are saying, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, they're in jail now.
But you're not going to convince those people.
Right. It's very strange.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, after more than a decade of performing in Vegas, a huge act is coming to an end. Let's get to Kelly Schuberth with the details.
Sam, it is the end of an era. Donny and Marie Osmond are officially ending their Las Vegas residency. The brother and sister duo made the announcement this week after 11 years of performing there. The Flamingo says they started their show in Sin City in 2008 and planned for just a 6-week run. Now, their final performance will be November 16th, but don't worry, Donny and Marie fans, the duo says they will still perform in some way.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kelly. I'm glad they'll still be performing. Coming up on DBL, a teen with autism hasn't missed his therapy appointment in years, and when you meet his therapist, you're going to see why. And This Is Us star Chrissy Metz discusses the power of prayer in her new movie breakthrough. She's a believer. That's coming up next.
I am back, and I'm going to be discussing the flooding that is sweeping the Midwest. The 3 states that are being hit the hardest by this massive floods is Nebraska, Iowa, and Missouri. Oh, Tori, come on in.
We're talking about the floods?
We're talking about the floods.
Oh, man, I'm praying for all of you. And some of our DBL this chair is very low. Our DBL Nation, we are praying for you because some of our nation is indeed part of it. Keep going. I'm so sorry.
And we've actually tragically lost 3 people in Nebraska and Iowa from these floods.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing, what is interesting about these floods is that they are definitely affecting the farmers and the soybean farms and the corn farms, and that's going to affect us as we go into the summer because those prices are going to rise at the grocery stores.
So we're going to see it reflected in our wallets in about a couple months.
Yes, we are. Me personally, I love grilling corn in the summer. It's so good, and that's it's gonna be very interesting
to see what happens. All right, guys, if you are in that area, please let us know if you're okay, what's going on. We'll try to get you some charities that we can get so you can donate and let you know. But it's if you see the footage, it's like crazy footage. So let's not forget our family in that area of America. I'll see you soon.
See you guys.
Welcome back to DBL. Breakthrough is a new faith-based film from producer Devon Franklin, and it features This Is Us star Chrissy Metz, who plays a mother facing impossible odds. Erica got the chance to catch up with them both in today's Chatting with the Stars. Well, welcome to DBL. Chrissy and Devon, we're so happy to have you both here. Now, before we get to Breakthrough, Devon, what's it like working with Chrissy? Because I'm a huge This Is Us fan, and I want to know if you keep up with the show as well.
Now, listen, I'm going to be honest. I don't keep up with the show. My wife does. She watches it religiously. But what I can tell you about working with Chrissy is you just have to get your Kleenex ready every day you're on set. The same way, you know, audiences cry when they watch her on This Is Us. Her performance in Breakthrough, it's transformational.
But my John is a fighter and he doesn't give up. So I need you to go and be the best for John. Nothing less. And you just let God do the rest.
I'm playing Joy Smith, you know, a real person, of a real true story. She's a force of nature, and her determination and her unwavering love for her son and the desire for him to survive. And there's no question.
Well, Chrissy, both of the characters that you play, both in This Is Us and Breakthrough, are both mothers who fear for their children's life at this point. What's it like for you to take on these dramatic roles?
Well, it's interesting because at the point that I was shooting the film, Kate was not a mother. Playing and portraying Joy Smith, that informed Kate and her, you know, role as a mother. It's not easy, and you really have to sort of step aside and allow the whatever you're feeling, the empathy, the love, the determination, the desire for your children to survive. And a lot of it is the surrender.
But you know, it's interesting because I found if we're paying attention just at the right moment that we get a lot of the answers. And so I have to tell you, Devon, that this morning when I was really panicking about getting to work on time, I opened up my Instagram and you were on it talking about stress in the spirit and worrying.
There's some people that God in their life that are peace disruptors. I pray you remove any peace disruptor from their life right now.
Right at the right moment, and I'm like, I received that. I received that.
Me too.
Oh, praise God.
Me too.
How does he inspire you?
You know, I'm like, oh, I watched your Instagram videos. Even though I see him every single day, and I'm like, oh, this is so amazing when you said this. He's changed my life, and he continues to change my life, so beyond grateful.
Oh, my goodness. Y'all about to make me cry. What's up with
It's true, though. It's so true. It's so true. It's so true.
The testimony is real, let me just tell you. And we'll be sure to check out Breakthrough in theaters April 17th. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.
Coming up on DBL, why are fans of the sitcom Friends going nuts today? We'll tell you all about it. Also, it's a therapy that almost everyone wants to do. Brandon finds out why writing is making such a difference in some people's lives. That's next. Stay tuned.
Promotional consideration is...
It is Friday, so let's do a Friday dance. There we go. That was just to kick things off. I was being very adventurous. So, We're talking today, a lot of hot topic, a lot of comments that we've had is obviously that USC is now saying that they are going to kick children out whose parents have bribed and paid to get into school, and if they've already completed their studies, they're going to revoke and take back their degrees. Okay, now I kind of feel a little bit against this because, okay, yeah, they have been bribed to go in that school, but maybe that kid, there's no evidence to say that the kids are cheating whilst in school. If they cheated whilst they're in school and they can find that out and prove it, then I'm all for it. But if they have really worked really hard once they've got into that school and they've put all their blood, sweat and tears and they've been up all night studying and like handing all their projects in on time, I don't think they should have that taken away from them now. I don't. And if they've already left and all the money's been paid, I mean, it's kind of already been done. Like, I think it's just now, like, they set a new precedent for, like, clean slate. We're all going to do better. These things are going to be way more moderated and supervised, and this is never going to happen again. I would rather them do that than take things away from people that have worked hard and studied. I don't know. I just feel as though it's just creating a whole bigger problem. And how are they even going to prove who all those people are? And what if some slip through the net? I mean, it just doesn't seem 100% fair to me. I don't know. The whole thing is kind of crazy. Although the parents should never have done that in the first place. I feel like the people that have pushed for this should be getting punished. I don't know. Okay, so let's have a little look. Let's have a look what are people saying. Let's have a look. We've got a lot of comments going on here. Sierra Bergman on YouTube saying, Friday, my birthday eve. Okay, that's not the topic that we're going for, but happy pre-birthday. Let's have a little look. Okay, so Sean Spicker, watching in St. Louis, or is it St. Louis? St. Louis, on the cheating scandal, is saying that would be ridiculous. They earn a degree, and I can't see how you could revoke a degree. Sean, I'm so with you on this one. I really believe in that too. Diane Dutchin Fries, watching over in Atlanta, says put an asterisk by their names. Oh, I don't know. I just don't want them to get. I think if you've already worked so hard, and like after going to college myself and knowing, I mean, I didn't obviously have anyone pay for me to get into the school, but I worked really, really hard for my degree, and it took me a lot of time and hours. And I don't know, I would hate if there was some kind of weird thing I found out later and it got taken away from me. That would be so depressing and sad. Kale Wright in Atlanta says, if they made it through 4 years of college with passing grades, no, I would not support that. They may not have fit the initial selection, however, it was their grades that kept them there. Yes, Kale, I agree with you. 10 out of 10. Patricia Lyon Davis, watching Atlanta, says, yes, if they cheated to get into college, then take the degrees away. Oh, Patricia, have some compassion. Bye.
Welcome back to DBL. Nearly 54 million Americans live with disabilities, and horseback riding has developed into a popular way to support this community. Now, I visited the Colorado Therapeutic Riding Center to hear one family's journey, and this Health Blast presented by Dr. Hose. Hi, Rachel. Hi. Brandon London.
Nice to meet you,
Nice to meet
Rachel.
you as well. Let's get started. All right, Rachel, I feel so privileged to be here right now. Tell me all about the Colorado Therapeutic Riding Center.
We are a therapeutic riding facility. We service clients with special needs, a wide variety of physical, mental, cognitive, behavioral, social goals that are achieved here.
John has severe autism, and that looks different for lots of kids. For him, he's nonverbal. At this point, he doesn't read or write. I think the hardest thing for us raising a kid with disabilities is just so many doors get slammed in your face outright. You just hear, oh, he can't do this, or he is not eligible to do this.
How long has John been riding here at the Colorado Therapeutic Riding Center?
He's been riding here for about 6 years, and I have been teaching him for almost a year now.
I don't think he's missed a session, except for real bad weather, since he started.
He enjoys being here, and he's becoming more and more flexible, and he's able to ride different horses and come in and have a different routine and get his helmet off the shelf and be able to engage when he's riding. He holds his reins and he uses his reins for steering.
When he's sitting up there on the horse, he just seems so much more present than he does most of the time, and that's really special to see.
It really helps him focus and concentrate and align and sort of recenter himself.
It's something he's always loved, he's always been excited about, so we're happy to keep taking him.
And we're really lucky to be a part of something so huge, and we feel that it is just as therapeutic for us to be working with these clients in this environment, and it gives a lot back to us as well.
And to stay on your path to wellness, call Dr. Holes at 1-800-393-6540.
It's incredible.
It's beyond incredible. There's many organizations just like that, one being the Gentle Barn, which I love to pieces, because what they do is they take severely abused children and they give them therapy through severely abused animals. And they have noticed unbelievably, exponentially, the growth, not only between the children, but also the animals. I mean, there's therapy within animals that I don't even think that we have touched yet.
Right, and it just shows you a lot of things can be cured without drugs. It's just like natural human emotion.
Amen. Interaction.
That's right.
Yep, I love that. Well, here's what's coming up next on Daily Blast Live.
Talk show queen Wendy Williams' husband is finally opening up. What he's revealing about her struggle with sobriety. Then, it's the heart-stopping video going viral right now. We'll show you what happens when this high-wire stunt goes haywire. And the surprising denim do's and don'ts. The one thing you should never do to your jeans. When DBL returns.
Welcome back to Double Jump, where we talk the latest in gaming, tech, and pop culture news. Today we're here to review Jordan Peele's Us, which is about a family vacation that turns upside down when they're attacked by doppelgangers. Alex, I'm gonna go to you first. Let me know the good, the bad, the great, and the ugly about this movie. What did you think?
Well, the bad and the ugly are difficult for me on this one because I don't really think there are any.
Right.
But on the good front and the great front, I really do think the acting stands out in this movie. Like we already told you, and this is not a spoiler, it's about a family and it's about clones. So clearly, actors are kind of double rolling in this one, but you really can't tell at all. Like, that's how phenomenal they do.
Yeah, being able to flip upside down in the exact same scene, like, and become the opposite of what your character was coming into the movie was absolutely brilliant on every single actor's part and actress's part.
It's unquestionably amazing.
Yeah.
On that front. You know, another great part of it is the music. You can tell from the trailer the music plays a big role in it, and it's a really creative choice.
The music is wonderful. I mean, who would have thought 5 on it, slowed down, would actually be a scary track. It set quite a creepy tone for the entire movie, and they used a lot of popular music. I mean, you got some NWA in there, some Beach Boys in there, which apparently they're better than the Beatles, but that's a debate for another day. But aside from those things, I just think Jordan Peele has a way with storytelling. I mean, he is very unpredictable in that you can't predict the twists in these stories. Just like Get Out, you really, really don't know what's going to happen until you get far into the movie.
Right.
But Alex, I'm going to ask your recommendation for this. Should they wait for theaters, rent on Redbox, or not see it at all?
Get a group of friends, get a group of all the friends you have, and go to the theater. You have to see this one in the theater.
Yes, and get a group of friends. See this one in theaters, and we'll see you next time on Double Jump.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Because everyone's talking about this.
Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
You are totally off base here.
Log on and join our live conversation.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I do agree with you.
DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. We are live, and we're talking about what you're talking about right now. So let's get started. Talk show host Wendy Williams bravely opened up about her struggles with addiction earlier this week. If you missed it, here's that clip.
Well, for some time now, and even today and beyond, I have been living in a sober house.
Wow. And now we're hearing from her husband, Kevin Hunter. He tells Entertainment Tonight, quote, "We are moving forward with working on her sobriety and doing the work to help others, not just ourselves. It is a family process. Amen. You know, addiction affects the entire family, the entire family unit. That can extend to close friends, colleagues. I've always been a big proponent with Al-Anon. Al-Anon is just like a 12-step program. It's a support group for those that are surrounded by people with substance abuse, and it gives you the tools to not only be supportive, but it gives you the tools to help yourself, because oftentimes you become a codependent.
Yeah, you know, and I don't know what Wendy's going through, nor do I want to speculate. You know, her routine in getting back on television to what she needs at the moment, I'm all for her. For me, I think I'd have to remove myself from the situation.
And she did for quite some time, though.
I know, but now there's so many eyeballs on her, watching her to see if she's going to break or see if she picks up where she left off. Her husband's now starting to be in the news, which they don't have the best relationship, but now paparazzi or news outlets are coming to him now for what's going on. For me, it's just too much with the situation that they're dealing with. I just want to step out completely. That's just me.
Here's why I don't think it's a good idea for her to be out there. I understand that most people say get back to your routine, and I would agree with that for 99.9% of the population. We're talking about Wendy Williams here, a woman that has made her career off of being controversial and saying inflammatory things about people. And those people, I'm sure, feel some type of way about that. And now that she's being vulnerable, which we all respect, you have to understand, if somebody took a shot at you 2 or 3 years ago when you were accused of being addicted to drugs, or you were accused of cheating on your wife, now you see somebody down and vulnerable. I don't know if everybody's going to be as nice and kind as we would be, because if you do feel like she personally hurt you or damaged your career, damaged your reputation, caused you to be attacked on social media, affected your ticket sales, affected your music sales, I think this might be a time where some people might attack. And because of that, if somebody cares about her, they should shield her and keep her out of the public eye, because right now she's like a lion that attacked a lot of people, and now she's got a wounded paw.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
That was a good analogy.
That was a beautiful analogy, a sad one at that, and we wish her all the best. Well, it's been 2 years since a terrifying high-wire accident. Now we're finally getting to see what happened when an 8-person pyramid collapsed with no net below. And a warning, this video could be disturbing to some viewers. Wow. 5 people were injured in that incident, and they did recover, so nobody died, thank God. But Tori, we have seen incidents like this where people don't make it out alive. It's scary. Has entertainment gone too far? But or who are we to tell someone what to do if they love doing
the Willendas have done it for decades and centuries, really. But the main thing here is to say the scientists are studying the adrenaline gene. They think it's a genetic gene, and some people just don't have that high that other people need. They require it to feel fulfilled. That's why you get rock climbers where I'm on the couch eating Cheetos off myself. Totally normal, just different parts of the brain. So I think the Willendas have probably passed down that adrenaline gene, and that's what feels fulfilling. I can't say don't do it. I just, maybe a net, man, that's terrifying to watch.
And sometimes, though, as audience members, you were just at a Nuggets game. We're here in Denver, and you saw the mascot.
I meant to send the picture of Michael Dean. That's my bad. But I actually talked to you about this, Sam. I was sitting.
We were at the same game.
Yeah, we were at the same game. We were at. You went to go to concession, but during halftime, I stayed, and the mascot Rocky got to the center court, put a ladder up. There's no padding, and then had an extension on top of the top of the ladder,
3-story ladder,
and then climbed on top of that. So he's on top of a ladder, on top of a ladder, throwing the basketball down into the hoop from half court, and he's got to lean when you do like that. And me and the person I was with was like, what is... I don't like this.
You don't want to see that.
And I was looking at other people to see, like, am I tripping? And, like, there was this couple next to me, and we were both like, ugh. Like, I think there's a point where sometimes I don't need to be entertained that much. And if they make some inflatable things around there, I'm fine with that.
That's fine. But things like Free Solo, you just watched that. He would not have been fulfilled without not using those ropes.
Tell everyone what Free Solo was.
You're absolutely right. It just won the Academy Award. It's a great documentary about this guy who climbed El Capitan. And Free Solo means there's no wires, there's no ropes, there's no rappelling whatsoever. You are with your fingers and your toes. That's it.
Wow.
And for him, that's the only pure way of the sport. So
interesting. Well, weigh in, DBL Nation. We want to hear from you. In the wake of the college admission scam, you might be hearing about Snowplow parenting. They're helicopter parents on steroids. This parenting style is all about clearing every obstacle a child might face. For instance, Snowplow parents might complain to their child's employer about an internship. And get this, a new poll found 75% of parents with kids ages 18 to 28 book their kids' doctors or hair appointments. But is this helping them or is it putting them at a disadvantage? I got to kick this one off. I think this is putting them at a grave disadvantage. I think this is right along with that college admission scam. I mean, you are literally debilitating your children from falling. And when you fall, you learn. That's your greatest learning experience.
Absolutely. This is the exact opposite of my parenting philosophy. I would not do this for my children. They will make their own path and do it in their own way. I'm not going to tell them how to do it. They will figure out their own way because that's how I became the man that I am today. My parents let me find my own way with support, of course. They were my net if I needed to fall. See what I did there? See what I did there? But yes, that's how I'm going to raise my children, the exact opposite way of this.
Yeah, I have to be honest. I grew up in very privileged. I will be always open about that. And certain things in my school and in my upbringing, I feel were snowplowed. I don't think my parents are snowplow parents because I had work ethic and my education,
yes, you do.
My academic excellence had to be at the top of the game. So it wasn't that, but obstacles, certain little things were always sort of moved away from me. And it has been, you expect things to be that way magically.
How has that hurt you or helped you as an adult?
Question.
Both. It's hurt me because it's taken me longer. I've blossomed. I'm a late bloomer, and it's taken me a lot longer to sort of be responsible for certain things. And so I don't know if I would continue that, and I think they feel that maybe they shouldn't have given that much. Now, at the same time, I have a very close relationship, and I trust them completely because they are that net. But I think there's a borderline when obstacles are very important in life. You fall down 7, you stand up 8. That's that Japanese proverb. You got to face those, or else everything seems magically as a yellow brick road. You know what I mean?
Sam, I want to ask you, what was your parents' parenting style?
My parents were, I think, very similar to Jeff's. They always supported me, but man, when I fell down, my parents were the first ones to be like, you got to pick yourself back up, girl, and dust those shoulders off. And that's how I learned my biggest life lessons, was not when I failed, but how I came back after I failed.
And then they started writing for Jay-Z?
They did.
Hello,
you didn't know that? You didn't know that? I really quickly want to give credit to your parents, though, Tori, because you know what? They raised such a hustler.
Yeah, and I did work at
a hustler. I
worked at the ice cream store. They wanted that. They made me do stuff. But I do see the problem in this, and you want to cure it for your kid. You're going to want to make that obstacle go, I bet. But you're right. Stick to that where those failures are important.
Yep. All right. Well, the company that gave America its first pair of jeans has gone public again, and everyone was wearing Levi's jeans yesterday at the New York Stock Exchange. Just so you know, they normally have a no jeans policy. The company's CEO, Chip Bergh, was there in jeans too, of course, and he says he has a 10-year-old pair of jeans that he's never washed. So DBL Nation, we need to hear from you. Do you wash your jeans? Do you freeze them? Do you not wash them at all? Head to dblvote.com. Let us know. Al, do you wash them, freeze them, not wash them at all?
By the way, I have the booth in my ear saying that they're with me on this. I'll tell you guys right off the bat, like it's not that I don't wash my jeans, but like you can let it ride a little bit.
How long does that mean?
I'm not that funky. Like I'm not.
Okay, how long does let it ride
running
mean?
in them.
How long does let it ride
It depends on what I did that night.
How long is the longest it's been? Tell us the longest it's been.
We can do a...
Like years?
No, like a bi-monthly wash.
Oh, that's not bad. Every 2 weeks?
Yeah.
That's not bad. That's not bad. What about you?
Honestly, every two months.
What?
Yeah.
That's not that bad. That's not that crazy.
First of all, where am I going in jeans? I'm not working out. I'm coming to work, taking them off.
You're sitting on the plane. You're sitting on bus benches. You're sitting.
I live closer. I'm only like 10 minutes away.
Okay, well, you're still sitting on on restaurant chairs, park benches, and then you go sit on your couch where your baby sleeps?
It depends. If I spill on something, no. When I get home, I put on sweatpants.
You do?
Yeah.
Right away?
Right away.
How often do you wash those sweatpants?
I go in, take off all my jewelry.
I take my mic pack.
Yeah, right away.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. All right, Tori?
I keep the tush tight because it always bends out for women. So I like it like every 2 times.
I like to wash it a lot because it keeps everything tight.
Okay, so yours is a vanity thing. It's not. I feel like you guys are clean shaming us.
It feels good when I have clean clothes on, including jeans.
Well,
let's see what our DBL Nation has to say. They say 48% yes, we wash them all the time.
Wow, does it feel good to lie from home?
Yes. Woo.
Any Friends fans in the room? Okay, well, so we have a couple. Stephanie Jones has some trending news about the sitcom, and it's coming in hot. Steph.
I'll be there for you. And tell you about some hot new Friends news. Courtney Cox, who played Monica Geller on the hit TV series, just posted a video on Instagram which shows herself outside her old character's apartment, and it's gone viral. Watch this.
Good night, guys. Going home.
The actress posted the video along with the caption, "The one where my rent went up $12,000, poking fun at a Friends episode title. And Courtney admitted that her friend and co-star Jennifer Anderson encouraged her to post the video over dinner, which now has had more than 1 million Instagram views. Now, the building was only used for Friends exterior shots while the rest was filmed in LA, but I still think that this is pretty cool.
I do too, but really quick, because we have you, Steph, and you are our fashion expert. Do you wash jeans, freeze jeans, or don't wash? What do you do?
I do not wash my jeans.
Yes.
Why?
I knew I liked that human being.
Tell me why. Legit, I will get to the point where if I spill something on my jeans, I'll wash them. If I get a mark on them, I'll wash them. I will not wash jeans for months.
But doesn't it lose?
Honestly.
There you
She's
go,
a
Steph.
fashion
Way to be
expert.
honest.
Right. She's a fashion expert.
It ruins the fabric. It makes them more slouchy. If you buy a high-end quality pair of jeans, you do not need to wash them as much. They will stay in shape.
No, but mine gets so baggy.
I guess we're not wearing high-quality jeans.
Is that it?
I guess
Step your jean game up.
We got jeans.
We got to go out
Thank you,
shopping
Steph.
with Stephanie. Thank you,
right.
Stephanie. Coming up on DBL, a man chose his dog over his own health, but there's a touching reason why in today's Heart Threads. Also, it's Flashback Friday. A 1980s grammar quiz is going viral. Can you pass? We're going to have a little fun coming up next.
Best feet.
From the last break, a lot of y'all are talking about Jordan Peele. Did you guys talk about Jordan Peele the last break, his new movie?
No,
but it comes out today, right?
Okay, yeah.
What'd they say about it?
I thought it's really good.
Okay, I gotta hear everything. So it's really good. Now, do you...
I bought tickets for Saturday.
You were going on Saturday?
And we're sitting on the aisle.
Is it all sold out? Is it too late, do you think, for me to go tonight? Okay, super sold out.
Leo saw.
Okay, Leo, let's see. So people are calling him a genius, the greatest filmmaker of his generation.
Dave saw it too. Dave saw it twice.
So what makes it so good? Is it scary?
It's just so good.
Is it scary?
It's really scary.
See, I don't want to know.
It's on the edge of your seat, but it's not like jump scare.
Okay.
And it's not slash.
Nothing that will make me lose sleep at night?
Like Nightmare?
Ooh, there's
some scary stuff in it.
Is it like Get Out, in which it's more psychological?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay,
I love Get Out.
You'll leave the ending.
That's my favorite part. Okay,
you'll be
now,
like,
I
really
heard
confused.
it takes place I'm from Santa Cruz,
It's on your
California.
beach.
Does it take place in Santa Cruz?
Yes.
On the beach.
And I heard the first
Like
opening.
where? At the board? Like at the amusement
Right at the
park?
She goes to the fun
boardwalk.
house.
Yeah.
That's the opening scene.
Yeah.
I have
Little
been in
mirror
that fun
house.
house a gazillion times. Oh my God.
That's a good main scene.
That's
in
like
the
the
movie.
main scene.
Yeah, one of them.
So I'm
But
going
the
on.
crazy thing, the one thing I took away from it is that Lupita
Nyong'o,
she was amazing. Because
Yeah,
think about it,
she
she's got to
really
play two
was.
roles.
And Winston
They all
Duke
do.
as well.
Yeah.
All of them
Is
are playing
it
double
similar
roles.
at all to Get Out or no?
I would say it's
Any
similar in
connections?
style.
There's not,
like,
no
no
connections.
connections.
It's not a universe,
Right.
but there are a little bit of.
But it's
similar
themselves
things.
chasing them.
It's highly recommended.
And it's
Yeah.
in
Very similar
Santa Cruz?
things.
How
Yeah.
much of it is in Santa Cruz?
All of it.
The whole thing.
Wait, is it
They
real
go on
like Get
vacation
Out? Like
there.
it could really happen?
Yeah.
And they call it
yeah.
Santa Cruz? Because in
Mhm.
Lost
They
Boys,
reference.
in the Lost Boys, they called it Santa Clark.
No, it's Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz.
See y'all next break.
Say Santa Cruz.
Wow, that's exciting. Welcome back to DBL. Today is Flashback Friday, so we're playing a little game from back in the day. A grammar quiz from the 1980s is going viral, and it's surprisingly a little tricky, we hear. So you guys play along at home. We don't know any of the questions or answers. Here we go. Next up, the truck collided with a blank vehicle. Is it stationary with an E or stationary with an A? A.
I think so too.
I'm going A.
We're not
All
writing
right.
letters on stationery.
Well, let's see. Is it A?
Yes.
Yes, stationary with an A. In this case, it means the object is not moving. Stationary with an E is the fancy paper you use to write letters to your great-grandmother.
Or anybody.
Let's hope you do. Or anybody. This is the one that is commonly confused. If you blank down with dogs, you get up with fleas. Is it lie or lay, Tori?
I think it's lie.
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 I'm going with lay.
It is lie. Lie. So here's the trick. You lie down to rest, and a chicken lays an egg, Al.
Oh. But isn't the egg
You
now
lie down to rest.
laying on the ground?
Lying down. It's lie. Let's get to the next one. If I blank you, I would quit. Is it was or were? If I were you, I would quit.
If I were, it's conditional. If I were you,
exactly.
Yeah.
Super condition.
What is that?
What is that?
It's were. It's were.
Are you a surfer dude or something?
I was just trying to be cool.
Definitely were.
Were? Okay, were. We all say were.
Yeah.
Were. Yes, yes, yes. All right, here's a tough one. The blizzard severely blanked thousands of people. Is it affected with an A or affected with an E? Oh, it's an
See,
A.
I say E.
It's A.
I think it's E.
It affected me.
It's affected with an A.
Affected is that emotional?
I thought affected was like a cause and effect. It rained, therefore my house flooded. That like a cause and effect.
When you affect a group, an organization of people, when there's a cause and effect, it's actually with an A, I think.
Oh, I thought it was like, I listened to you in the microphone, in the microphone, your voice sounded affected.
Affected.
I think in this case it's an A.
I think it's E, because I think affected is a different.
I'm going with
It's
A.
A. It's affected. Affected with an A. That is the verb or action form of the word. Affect with an E is a noun, commonly used as a result or influence. That's right.
All right.
All right. I feel sad for him, but his brother blank care less. So is it his brother could care less or couldn't care less?
I think it's
couldn't.
I think it's couldn't.
No, I think that we've been wrong this whole time.
He could not care less about this.
It couldn't.
You couldn't care less.
But if you okay,
if you could care less, that means
you care less.
A lot of people are pointing their pens at you, Tori, and you seem very nervous.
I know.
Could not.
What is it? Let's see. It is couldn't.
Yeah.
Because we were saying like you couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right. If you could care less, you would.
Yes, okay.
Right.
Okay.
I am on board.
Exactly. Okay.
Like the Mueller case.
So which one is spelled correctly, calendar or calendar?
It's dar.
Definitely dar.
Yeah.
I go to my calendar every day.
I just put ER after everything.
It's AR.
Doesn't matter what it is.
AR.
Definitely AR. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yes, it's AR. Calendar.
I just put ER after everything. That's it.
You do?
That way's north, always. There's north.
North is always front.
Yeah.
I always thought that too.
Here's another one. He paid me an enormous compliment. Compliment is spelled with an E here or compliment with an I?
So compliment is
I
an
before
I.
E, except after C.
I think it's an I,
That's not
but
right?
an E is this compliments
Oh,
your
they're not
face.
the same.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
It's an I.
uh-huh.
It's an I. I think it's an I.
You say I or E?
I'm with Tori.
I, let's see. Yeah, compliment with an I. In this case, he paid me an enormous compliment is a form of phrase. The other use compliment with an E contributes extra features to a situation, like watching DBL is the perfect compliment to a Friday afternoon.
Oh, look at that
Very
plug.
nice plug, Garage.
Good one.
Yes.
Really good one. I think we all did pretty good here. Good
Very
job,
nice.
I think
guys.
we all did pretty well.
I wonder how you
We're
did
gonna
at
do
home. Huh?
Did pretty well. We did pretty
Yeah,
well.
you're right. Thank you for that. No, I appreciate that.
Sam is going to murder me.
No,
during the
I
commercial.
appreciate that. I had
I'm messing with you.
nothing wrong, but I think you got a couple wrong on that one.
I think you were just waiting to hit me with that.
What did our DBL Nation do? Let us know.
Yeah.
Right in. Coming up on DBL, find out why a man defied doctors to save his sweet dog. You do not want to miss this heartwarming story. That's coming up next.
DBL Nation, welcome to the breaks where we bring you all the latest trending stories around the web. Almost every time I do an intro, my camera woman laughs at me, so I'm calling her out again. This one's trending on Delish.com. Dunkin' is releasing some sneakers. They're actually they've got this purple-orange theme, just like the Dunkin' colors, and they came out today. They're $120 in the adult sizes, and $65 in the child sizes. But the biggest question we're asking, does it seem like the food clothing trend is getting a little too heavy. I mean, we have ramen we have ramen noodles hoodies. I'm sure that there's been sriracha merchandise. There's been all kinds of food merchandise, and it's like, what do you just sport what you like love to eat? One of our fabulous producers here, Patty Donnelly, actually has a pizza hoodie, and I am enormously jealous. I used to have a pizza hoodie myself, but hers actually has like a whole pizza on the hoodie, and mine just had like little slices, so I'm a little bit jealous. I don't think it's too much. I feel like the more that comes out, the merrier. Why not? Vans always comes out with some new stuff. They're always having Da Vinci paintings on their shoes and all kinds of, I know Starry Night was on a shoe at one point. I mean, come on. I feel like the more variety, the better. DBL Nation, write us in and let us know. Do you think the food, clothing trend is a little too high? See you next break.
Welcome back to DBL. Today's Heart Threads is all about the love for animals. Watch how one man risked his life to save his four-legged friend. This man suffering from frostbite put his life on the line to save his beloved dog from being left alone.
And I left against medical advice to save my dog.
Jay Mitchell recently lost his wife to cancer and lost his home, and was living in his truck with his dog Hero. When church members got Jay and Hero a hotel room, Jay learned his feet were frostbitten. Doctors said Jay's situation was life-threatening, but all he could think about was Hero alone in that hotel room.
And they told me, you know, if you leave, you could die. But so could my dog, you know, and he's like a friend to me. And with my wife passing, he's all I have left.
Jay left the hospital and found a place for Hero a few days later. Back in the hospital and awaiting amputation of part of his feet, Jay got a surprise visitor.
Hi, Hero. Hi, buddy. Hello, buddy. Hello, buddy. Oh, my God.
A GoFundMe is raising money for Jay and Hero. And Jay says amputation doesn't scare him anymore.
But he's been my hero for a long time.
Hero, you're our hero. We will be right back. Guys, you were chiming in on the fifth host, which is about the Mueller report. Will we find something in it? Will it be a bust? What will we learn? So Barbara Evans Simpson says, if there was anything in the report that would impeach Trump, we wouldn't have had to wait for that report. Well, that may be true, Barbara. I'm personally of the belief that there's not going to be anything impeachable in it. We're going to find probably some other things, which is how we know it led to Paul Manafort and Michael Cohen. Manafort's obviously being convicted and indicted, going to jail for crimes that are bank fraud related, tax evasion, same thing with Cohen. Not anything that's directly related to Russian collusion. I think Cohen testified pretty much as much. All right, John and Diane Harvey, he can sure dish it out, but sure can't take it. That means on Trump, I suppose. Kevin Dale Howtopot. Well, that's an interesting name. Howtopot. The Mueller report won't cast Donald Trump in a bad light. He does that all by himself. Tony Feebles, I will stand for it and applaud, cheer, and scream for impeachment. Well, Tony, the thing about it is I'm wondering why you would applaud that. Number one, you shouldn't want to applaud something, specifically if it doesn't have the right evidence. I hope you're not one of these people that's just an always impeacher or never Trumper, because, you know, you might not like the guy, you might not like some of his policies, I would understand that. But I don't know we should be cheering for impeachment unless there's something actually impeachable in there. Abrar from Twitter, if Mueller is anything like I was in college, he hasn't even started his report yet. That's actually a really funny comment. Well, From what I know about Bob Mueller, he's very methodical, he's very meticulous, he's very good at what he does, he's trusted, he's not going to leave any stone unturned. So my guess is that this report has taken 2 years and a lot of taxpayer dollars because he wants to be thorough. So let's hope that that is true. John says, be hilarious when the day comes and goes with no Mueller report. Well, that's probably today, I guess is what he's saying, which is probably true. Our co-host Tori seems to think that it's Mueller time, like Miller time, is on Fridays about 5 o'clock. So there's this theory that he could drop it today, Friday, right before we go into the weekend. Not sure if that happens or not, but regardless of when he does submit it, it still goes to Bill Barr. Bill Barr is the current Attorney General. He will read it. He will decide what should be made public and what should be kept private. The reason, so you guys know why certain things might not be public, is because Rod Rosenstein actually said this in the definition of the scope of the special counsel, which is to say that you shouldn't be releasing names of people that may not have committed crimes. In other words, you find out, let's say that, I don't know, just trying to think of a great example, that Jeff Sessions had a bad financial dealing, but Jeff Sessions has not been accused of a crime or not going to be committed with a crime. So as a result of that, you can't publish that because it might unfairly tarnish someone like that. That's a reason not to go public with certain information. So I'd like to see it. I just think it should be partly redacted. I think that's all the comments we have time for, but thank you for them. And we love hearing what you have to say on the Mueller report. See you next week.
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. T-Bone.
All right, this is on Us, the movie that's coming out today. Strike Claw on YouTube says Jordan Peele is a genius. Arlie78 says Jordan Peele is the greatest filmmaker of this generation. I have tickets for Saturday, but our DBL Jump has a review out. Go to their YouTube page. They saw it.
Jump.
They loved it. We want to support DBL
I
Jump.
love their reviews.
And they know what they're talking about.
Yes,
so make sure you check them out. We will see you on Monday, same time, same place. Happy weekend, everybody!
Disney is now the most powerful movie studio. The movie Us is getting rave reviews, Disney takes their Star Wars video game business to a new studio, and Google is entering into the gaming world. That's all next in The Jump Off. I'm Abby, and welcome to The Jump Off. I'm here to bring you all the latest news in gaming, tech, and nerd culture, so let's get started right now. Disney is officially the most powerful movie studio ever. It's because their $71.3 billion acquisition of Fox Entertainment is now complete. This means Disney now owns Aliens, Die Hard, Avatar, The Simpsons, Family Guy, X-Men, and more. Keep in mind, Disney already owns Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and Marvel. Disney pretty much owns your whole childhood at this point. Reviews are in for Jordan Peele's new horror film, Us. The film follows a family confronted by their creepy lookalikes. At last check, it has 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. The New York Times calls the movie an expansive philosophical hall of mirrors. The Seattle Times says Lupita Nyong'o's performance is, quote, wow. Make sure to check out the Double Jump team's review on YouTube. That is all I'm gonna watch because I'm way too big of a baby and I'm staying away from this one. Disney is taking its video game business elsewhere. Video game giant Electronic Arts had the Star Wars license, but all their games disappointed. Their practices were so bad, countries changed their laws. This means Lucasfilm's video game division will be taking over development of all Star Wars titles starting in 2023. Welcome back, guys. We missed you. Google is entering the video game market with their new streaming service, Stadia. Their new system allows people to play games on the go, on your TV, computer, or your phone. But can Google conquer this part of the tech industry? Only time will tell, and we'll keep our eye on this one. That's it for The Jump Off. As always, I'll be here every week with the latest in gaming, tech, and nerd culture news. We'll see you next time.
We're talking about what you're talking about.
Because everyone's talking about this.
Always live, always real. always unpredictable.
You are totally off base here.
Log on and join our live conversation.
You think this hair just naturally stays like this?
DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Friday, March 22nd. We are live, and we're talking about what you're talking about. I feel all fired up right now.
Yeah, I see that, yeah.
You feel that? I'm here with Erica, Tori, and Al. I'm setting the tempo.
Yes, Jeff.
Let's get to it, guys.
Your brackets must be going well.
They are not. Tensions have been running high all day in Washington as everyone on both the left and the right wait for the end of the Mueller investigation. But the day is slipping away and it's not looking good. It's already 4 o'clock in D.C. Speculation about the report is fierce. Did you hear that? It's fierce. With some saying more indictments are imminent, while others are saying accept absolutely nothing from the report. Of course, we will continue to follow the news and let you know if there's some late breaking news. So, Tori, I'm going to go to you. You're a DC girl.
Yeah.
What's your take on all this?
I just don't want our social media ways to expect an instant result. So when you post a picture of yourself and you're looking real cute and the lights start coming in, you're watching for it, it's not going to really be like that. He's going to hand it over to the Department of Justice. You're Bill Barr. You're the Attorney General. He's going to decide whether or not what we see and what we don't see. He's going to send it to the Senate and the House and let the top people there figure it out. So it's going to be a slow trickle. But if you're interested, it's going to be a fascinating movement in political history. I expect there to be further indictments, and I think Democrats might look to inquire further. But don't expect it was Professor Plum. Do you know what I'm saying? It's going to trickle, but it'll get done because that's the kind of guy Mueller is.
That first analogy, you lost me.
What do you mean?
The whole Instagram thing, I was. Oh,
how you look cute? And you expect instant
Immediate gratification.
Immediate gratification, that's it.
Okay, I got it now. But yes, so don't expect all of that coming out. So like even if it comes out Monday, a bombshell to hit.
It's not going to be like that, exactly. But keep the patience. Things will move, but they'll move at a bureaucratic, red tape, Washingtonian kind of space.
And if I may, I'd say let's discuss it when it comes out, right?
That's great.
Absolutely. All right, let's move on. Roseanne Barr has decided, see how I got off that politics talk? Oh, I like it. Roseanne Barr has decided who is to blame for the downfall of her show. The 66-year-old comedian and actress is opening up about the events that led to her ABC reboot Roseanne getting canceled. And in an interview with the Washington Post, Roseanne blames the show's cancellation on her co-star Sarah Gilbert rather than on a racist tweet about Valerie Jarrett. Roseanne says Sarah destroyed the show and her life. Wow. And she goes on to say she will never get enough until she consumes my liver with a fine Chianti. You guys get
Dumb
that?
and Dumber. Got it.
All right, thanks, buddy. Roseanne blames Sarah because 27 minutes before ABC announced the cancellation of the show, Gilbert tweeted that Barr's comments about Valerie Jarrett were abhorrent and do not reflect the beliefs of our cast and crew or anyone associated with our show. In response to Roseanne today, Sarah told the Washington Post, "I'm extremely disappointed and heartbroken over the disillusion of the real show going away. She also she'll always be family and I'll always love her." I love the way I read the prompters on Friday. That was good.
You know, this makes me sad because Roseanne represents so many people that we all know. Something happens in your life, you have an inability to see your part in it, and then when you start to blame someone else, you have to understand that that other person has already moved on and is probably living their best life, never thought about it since the day that it happened. And here you are vilifying them and making them the subject of all of your angst and every single thing that's happened that's bad in your life. And the longer that you do that, you're just prolonging the idea of you being able to move forward and start over. So by the fact that she's vilifying Sarah, it really just shows the space that she's in, and we know so many people who live in that space.
Yeah, this is it's a weird thing. You talk about somebody living their best life. Last I checked, Sarah Gilbert's on a daytime talk show and on a hit syndicated evening show, so I think she might fall into that category. And meanwhile, it kind of has Roseanne looking like a bitter actress that's now been put out to pasture due to her own actions, and she's coming off bitter. I think this has a lot to do with mental illness. I'm very familiar with that. I don't begrudge anybody for having it, but I do begrudge those around her that I'm sure spent her money and enjoyed the things that her lifestyle provided without doing what a real friend would do, which would be taking her into a facility, taking her phone away from her and allowing her to heal, whether it's a year, 2 years, whatever. This woman needs help, and she did not get it, and this is the result.
Yeah, I think Sarah didn't take the bait. I think she handled it perfectly. And I think Roseanne, had she said, hey, you know what, I really took a good look in the mirror, and you know what, I'm ready to get on with my life and let bygones be bygones, the past be the past, I say that would be the beginning of her comeback. But she's continued to go down the opposite path, and it doesn't look good for her right now. That's all. All right, guys, today in New Zealand, thousands gathered to mark Friday's call to prayer, reflecting on the moment 1 week ago today when 50 Muslim worshippers in 2 mosques were gunned down. Here's what New Zealand Prime Minister said at the service.
The believers in their mutual kindness, compassion and sympathy are just like one body. When any part of the body suffers, the whole body feels pain. New Zealand mourns with you. We are one.
Earlier today, hundreds formed a human chain locking arms around one of the mosques, forming a symbolic shield around Muslim worshippers who had gathered there. And New Zealand women of all faiths wore headscarves as a symbol of unity. One woman explains why she was wearing hers in solidarity with Muslim women who wear hijabs. Let's watch.
My primary reason was that if anybody else turns up waving a gun, I want to stand between him and anybody he might be pointing it at. And I don't want him to be able to tell the difference, because there is no difference.
I can't. And just watching the people walk behind her. If you look at that whole video, just an endless stream of people willing to help. I know rival biker gangs and motorcycle gangs came together and formed a human shield. People with tattooed Maori who have never faced another gang, locked arms, some with hoodies and like glasses and bandanas so you didn't see their face. It's an incredible moment of a nation bonding together and healing. It makes me think of in the Holocaust, Jews were forced to wear a Star of David's, and one town and the mayor, they all wore Star of David's, so that you couldn't tell a difference. This is how you heal, and it starts at the top, and I think Jacinda Ardern should at least be nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize for taking swift action and being empathetic. Look at this. This is such a nation that feels like they are one and they are representing each other. I think it's amazing.
You know, so many of us, we grow up in very homogenized situations. We grow up around people who look like us, have the same type of resources as us. Very few of us, I think the minority sits in people who have been able to navigate through all sorts of people. I was someone who was able to live that life in a lot of different places, be around a lot of diverse people. And I'm so grateful for that, because when I talk to people who are trying to do that now, there is a stop there. There's this sense of other. And when there's a sense of other, there's a sense of enemy. And when you don't feel that other, then it's harder to make that person your enemy. And I think we just need to do better about reaching out to people who aren't like us.
Well, Jeff, you said that traveling around the world changed you a lot.
Absolutely.
This is exactly what Erica's saying.
Exactly. You got to live in different cultures, put yourself in their shoes. And when I say live with them, actually live with them. Go talk to them. Go in their house. Come over for dinner. Get a cup of coffee.
You always get emotional about that guy that you said gave you half of his chicken.
Yeah. In Laos. Yeah. Right. I still remember that story. Some guy couldn't even speak the language. He had 2 chickens, and he cooked one of them when I came over. I mean, he lived in the jungle, in the forest.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's
he had
like
2 chickens total.
2 chickens total for his whole family. And I said don't, but he went on anyway and did it. But it's like, this is how you get to know people in different cultures and different, not everyone's bad. We see horrific things in the news and the media, on social media. That's not it. If we put all the positives that were in the world, it would outweigh the negative. Trust me. It's just nobody wants to hear that. It's not interesting. Nobody wants to hear a chicken in the jungle story. I'll tell it if you guys want to hear it.
I love that story.
DBL is live. We'll bring you breaking news.
I love y'all.
As soon as it happens. I love you guys. Coming up, Wendy Williams' husband speaking out about the talk show host's health. What he's saying about her living in a sober house. Also, you won't want to miss Erica's chat with Chrissy Metz. It left the producer almost in tears. Wow. And you, the viewer, are the 5th host. Rumors are running wild about the Mueller report. DBL Nation, what do you think? Will the report be a bust or a bombshell? We share your comments next.
for writing in that you see anteaters
to go
are on
to
the
the
verge of a breakthrough in history. They are up by 7 seconds left.
Dissolution.
You see
Dissolution?
The dissolution.
I don't like that word.
Anteaters.
Dissolve.
You see anteaters are up by 6. They're seconds.
Yeah, we should have changed that. I should have changed it. What's up? Are you talking to me?
I can't tell who he's talking to.
I was talking to Arash. What's up?
It made no sense. You see anteaters are up by 6 with 7 seconds left. And they said it'd make history.
Over who?
Over
Virginia? Oh, Kansas State.
Oh, yeah.
Virginia's losing too. So no team in the history of the NCAA has lost to a 16 seed, 1 versus 16, except last year when Virginia lost.
Right. I thought about
so
that.
So now Virginia's losing right now, and they're the #1 seed playing the 16 seed.
Yeah. Who's the 16th?
I don't even know.
I'm looking it up now.
I'm sorry?
Gardner-Webb.
Gardner-Webb.
UC Irvine did just beat Kansas State.
So UC Irvine is actually their
So that's a huge upset too.
Mascot is the anteater.
Right.
Fascinating.
UC Irvine and the anteater, and then Santa Cruz is the banana slugs. Yeah.
I think I really went with basically what if it sounded nice, Villanova really rolls off the tongue, so I put them high up. But in the end, it went to Michigan for me. But
That's a good pick.
They're #2.
So if they win, you're going to win.
Exactly. I'm in 3rd place.
Because everyone's picking Duke. I like talking about this stuff.
So here's the other thing. Do you think that
let's dissolute everything else?
You can say break apart.
Yeah, well, I like that better.
Just do that.
Who uses big words like that? Listen, I can't believe our show was dissoluted. Get out of here.
Did you say that?
No.
Welcome back to DBL. Rumors are swirling in D.C. that Robert Mueller's investigation is coming to an end, and many Washington insiders expect to see the final result any day now, but we just talked about it. Might not come today. We're all wondering what will be resolved. Some speculate this could bring down the White House, while others think not so much. So DBL Nation, will the Mueller report be a bombshell or a bust?
Well, let's get to your comments. Heather from Facebook says, anyone who thinks they know what is going on or what's going to happen will be sorely mistaken. Mueller will let us know when Mueller is ready. Heather, I agree. I don't see the point in speculating, especially because I see people putting like real life issues for their families, for themselves, on the back burner to be really caught up in this. And to me, that feels like a very concerted effort to distract people from things that are really important, whether that be what's actually happening in the administration or what's actually happening behind your own closed doors. I just do not agree with distractions ever. I think that it's a really great way to self-sabotage yourself, so I have nothing to say about that.
Stay focused, stay focused. Barr from Twitter says, if Mueller is anything like I was in college, he hasn't even started his report yet.
That's funny.
I love a little humor here because we're all waiting. If you go on Twitter, people are like, it's like waiting for Lauryn Hill to appear on stage. When is the Mueller report going to drop?
Hey, she showed up.
She did.
Erica,
I was there.
2.5 hours late.
She was not 2.5 hours late.
That's an average.
I was there, and she was fabulous.
We took a left turn.
We sure did. I apologize. He has really, if you know anything at all, he's the former director of the FBI. He's a nerd. He's a square. You've never heard his voice. He doesn't have any leaks. He's that George H.W. Bush type of guy, just like right down the road, center of the road. So Mueller has it, I'm sure, cross those T's and dot those I's. And I bet you will hear almost nothing from him once it drops. He's that kind of a guy.
Okay. Kind of like you're talking about a mixtape. All right.
I wish we'd hear more of nothing from you.
John from Facebook says Trump can dish it out, but he sure can't take it. John, I've got 30 seconds. We cannot break down our president's psychological state. It is interesting, to say the least. I think what we can do is kind of sit back and, like Tori said, get ready for this report. I think more like most things that work out in life, it's going to be played out over the long game. This isn't Law and Order where somebody's going to break down on the stand at 58 minutes into the show. This is going to be a long process, and strap in. Luckily, we're on every day.
Did you get my sound effect, Al?
I did.
The Law and Order one?
Yes.
Boom, boom.
You got the same reaction I did. It didn't work.
It just failed.
After more than a decade of performing in Vegas, a huge act is coming to an end. Let's get over to Kelly Schubert with the details.
Jeff, it is the end of an era. Donny and Marie Osmond are officially ending their Las Vegas residency. The brother and sister duo made the announcement this week after 11 years of performing there. The Flamingo says they started their show in Sin City in 2008, and they planned just for a 6-week run. Their final performance will be November 16th, but don't worry, Donny and Marie fans, the duo says they will still perform in some way.
Absolutely. He was the peacock. Remember?
That's right.
That's right.
Boom.
We'll be right back. Yeah!
Yeah!
In the Connect.
Hey there, DBO Nation. Welcome to The Breaks, where we bring you the latest trending stories that are trending around the web. And this one's trending off of BuzzFeed. And guys, I'm warning you now, change your Facebook passwords because Facebook employees had access to millions of passwords on a readable document. So in a readable format, which means that that's a Microsoft Word or a Notepad document. And guys, that... It is just not a good thing. I mean, that's a lot of information and privacy stored in one place to be readable. I think that the best thing you can do right now is just change your password. Change your password as soon as you can, because that's a little bit concerning. But Mark Zuckerberg did tell one of the business journals that you should, should change your password, but they don't think it's a Facebook employee doing this. They don't think any of the employees are tampering with the accounts, but to keep my password, like, that's just violating my privacy. So DBO Nation, change your password. Nobody's getting hacked as of yet, but let us know, and we'll see you next break.
Welcome back to DBL. Breakthrough is a new faith-based film from producer Devon Franklin, and it features This Is Us star Chrissy Metz, who plays a mother facing impossible odds. I got the chance to catch up with them both in today's Chatting with the Stars. Well, welcome to DBL. Chrissy and Devon, we're so happy to have you both here. Now, before we get to Breakthrough, Devon, what's it like working with Chrissy? Because I'm a huge This Is Us fan, and I want to know if you keep up with the show as well.
Now, listen, I'm going to be honest. I don't keep up with the show. My wife does. She watches it religiously. But what I can tell you about working with Chrissy is you just have to get your Kleenex ready every day you're on set. The same way, you know, audiences cry when they watch her on This Is Us, her performance in Breakthrough, it's transformational.
But my John is a fighter and he doesn't give up. So I need you to go and be the best for John. Nothing less. And you just let God do the rest.
I'm playing Joy Smith, you know, a real person, a real true story. She's a force of nature, and her determination and her unwavering love for her son and the desire for him to survive. And there's no question.
Well, Chrissy, both of the characters that you play, both in This Is Us and Breakthrough, are both mothers who fear for their children's life at this point. What's it like for you to take on these dramatic roles?
Well, it's interesting because at the point that I was shooting the film, Kate was not a mother. Playing and portraying Joy Smith, that informed Kate and her, you know, role as a mother. It's not easy, and you really have to sort of step aside and allow the whatever you're feeling, the empathy, the love, the determination, the desire for your children to survive. And a lot of it is the surrender.
But you know, it's interesting because I found if we're paying attention just at the right moment that we get a lot of the answers. And so I have to tell you, Devon, that this morning when I was really panicking about getting to work on time, I opened up my Instagram and you were on it talking about stress in the spirit and worrying.
There's some people, dear God, in their life that are peace disruptors. I pray you would remove any peace disruptor from their life right now.
Right at the right moment, and I'm like, I received that, I received that.
Me too.
Oh, praise God.
Me too.
How does he inspire you?
You know, I'm like, oh, I watched your Instagram videos. And even though I see him every single day, and I'm like, oh, this is so amazing when you said this. He's changed my life, and he continues to change my life, so beyond grateful.
Oh, my goodness. Y'all about to make me cry. What's up with
It's true, though. It's so true. It's so true. It's so true.
The testimony is real, let me just tell you. And we'll be sure to check out Breakthrough in theaters April 17th. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.
Coming up on DBL, why are fans of the sitcom Friends going nuts today? We'll tell you all about it. Also, it's a therapy that almost everyone wants to do. Brandon finds out why writing is making such a difference in some people's lives. That's next.
Promotional consideration is brought to you.
Friday, everyone. I hope you're excited for the weekend. What are you up to? Write on in and tell us, and I will read it back to you online. As you can tell, I'm very excited for the weekend. So today, we are still talking about the cheating scandal. Everyone is super hyped up about this because as the story unfolds, there are more elements coming into the mix, things that we didn't even think about before, like the fact that the college, USC, is now saying that anyone that they find out that has been paid their way into the college, has been bribed to get into the college. Now they're saying that they're going to take their degrees that they've already got away from them, or they're going to kick kids out of school that are there if they find out that their parents or anyone has bribed to get those kids into those places. Now, I personally think if you are in school, if you are studying, if you're keeping up with your exams, you're making the grade, they should be left alone. If you did the qualifications fairly without cheating. I mean, obviously I know getting into the school, that's a very dodgy subject. Maybe there should be some kind of fine or penalty, but I don't think they should take their degrees away from the people that deserve it, that have worked hard and maintained their grades to stay there. So we're going to have a look and see what comments we've got coming in and what you guys think. So Grant Corbett on Facebook said, if the kids knew about it, then yes, be gone. You are setting an unethical precedent by allowing them to stay. Okay, I understand where you're coming from here, but I definitely think maybe there should be some kind of penalty, and we need to find out who bribed to get the kids in school. Were the kids knowing? Were they not knowing? Were the parents involved? Like, we need to get to them, the tiny little details, to know what really to do with everyone. Joey Glight on Facebook says, if they earn the grades for the degrees while in, let them keep them. I agree. Don't take away their degree and thousands and thousands of pounds of college fees if they've managed to keep up with everything and they're working on time and they've earned that degree then, I believe. Teresa White on Facebook also says, out. If they didn't have the chops to get admitted into the first place and they have no business being there, it'll serve as an example to other elitists. Now, I think already there's a big example being made. Obviously, we've seen the two celebrities now losing their jobs. We've seen the children obviously losing all partnerships, sponsorships with things like Sephora. So, I mean, I think there's a pretty big example being made. I hope that the parents get some kind of legal action so people take this more seriously. It's something that should not be happening ever. But I think for people that it's already been and gone and we've moved on, they've got their degrees, they're now working, they've left, I think we need to let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. I'm singing, John, let
Welcome back to DBL. Nearly 54 million Americans live with disabilities, and horseback riding has developed into a popular way to support this community. Now, I visited the Colorado Therapeutic Riding Center to hear one family's journey, and this Health Blast presented by Dr. Hose. Hi, Rachel.
Hi.
Brandon London.
Nice to meet you,
Nice to meet
Rachel.
you as well. Let's get started. All right, Rachel, I feel so privileged to be here right now. Tell me all about the Colorado Therapeutic Riding Center.
We are a therapeutic riding facility. We service clients with special needs, a wide variety of physical, mental, cognitive, behavioral, social goals that are achieved here.
John has severe autism, and that looks different for lots of kids. For him, he's nonverbal. At this point, he doesn't read or write. I think the hardest thing for us raising a kid with disabilities is just so many doors get slammed in your face outright. You just hear, oh, he can't do this, or he is not eligible to do this.
How long has John been riding here at the Colorado Therapeutic Riding Center?
He's been riding here for about 6 years, and I have been teaching him for almost a year now.
I don't think he's missed a session, except for real bad weather, since he started.
He enjoys being here, and he's becoming more and more flexible, and he's able to ride different horses and come in and have a different routine and get his helmet off the shelf and be able to engage when he's riding. He holds his reins and he uses his reins for steering.
When he's sitting up there on the horse, he just seems so much more present than he does most of the time, and that's really special to see.
It really helps him focus and concentrate and align and sort of recenter himself.
It's something he's always loved, he's always been excited about, so we're happy to keep taking him.
And we're really lucky to be a part of something so huge, and we feel that it is just as therapeutic for us to be working with these clients in this environment, and it gives a lot back to us as well.
And to stay on your path to wellness, call Dr. Hose at 1-800-393-6540.
That's amazing. I was talking with Brandon. He came after he was done with his shoot. He came back and said what an amazing experience that was. He said that little boy was he's nonverbal unless he's on that horse, and that horse makes him verbal.
It's something about horses are very, very sensitive, and a lot of training and rehab for alcoholism and other things. You lift and horse a shoe because you have to trust yourself that they won't kick, and you have to feel the leg and relax enough. They're excellent, excellent therapy animals. Excellent. Even a mini horse goes into a hospital sometimes.
Really?
Yes.
They're fun.
It's fantastic.
Right. Who doesn't like a mini horse?
Perfect.
All right, guys, if you're leaving us right now, you can still watch us live on Facebook and YouTube. Here's what's coming up next.
Talk show queen Wendy Williams' husband is finally opening up. What he's revealing about her struggle with sobriety. Then, it's the heart-stopping video going viral right now. We'll show you what happens when this high-wire stunt goes haywire and the surprising denim do's and don'ts. The one thing you should never do to your jeans. When DBL returns.
Welcome back to Double Jump, where we talk the latest in gaming, tech, and pop culture news. Today we're here to review Jordan Peele's Us, which is about a family vacation that turns upside down when they're attacked by doppelgangers. Alex, I'm gonna go to you first. Let me know the good, the bad, the great, and the ugly about this movie. What did you think?
Well, the bad and the ugly are difficult for me on this one because I don't really think there are any.
Right.
But on the good front and the great front, I really do think the acting stands out in this movie. Like we already told you, and this is not a spoiler, it's about a family and it's about clones. So clearly actors are kind of double rolling in this one, but you really can't tell at all. Like, that's how phenomenal they do.
Yeah, being able to flip upside down in the exact same scene, like, and become the opposite of what your character was coming into the movie was absolutely brilliant on every single actor's part and actress's part.
It's unquestionably amazing on
Yeah.
that front. You know, another great part of it is the music. You can tell from the trailer the music plays a big role in it, and it's a really creative choice.
The music is wonderful. I mean, who would have thought 5 on it, slowed down, would actually be a scary track. It set quite a creepy tone for the entire movie, and they used a lot of popular music. I mean, you got some NWA in there, some Beach Boys in there, which apparently they're better than the Beatles, but that's a debate for another day. But aside from those things, I just think Jordan Peele has a way with storytelling. I mean, he is very unpredictable in that you can't predict the twists in these stories. Just like Get Out, you really, really don't know what's going to happen until you get far into the movie.
Right.
But Alex, I'm going to ask your recommendation for this. Should they wait for theaters, rent on Redbox, or not see it at all?
Get a group of friends, get a group of all the friends you have, and go to the theater. You have to see this one in the theater.
Yes, get a group of friends. See this one in theaters, and we'll see you next time on Double Jump.
Is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Because everyone's talking about this.
Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
You are totally off base here.
Log on and join our live conversation.
You think this hair just naturally stays like this?
DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. We're live and we're talking about what you're talking about right now. Let's get to it, guys. Talk show host Wendy Williams bravely opened up about her struggles with addiction earlier this week. If you missed it, here's that clip.
Well, for some time now, and even today and beyond, I have been living in a sober house.
And now we're hearing from her husband, Kevin Hunter. He tells Entertainment Tonight, quote, "We are moving forward with working on her sobriety and doing the work to help others, not just ourselves. It's a family process." Wow. So, I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think about this whole thing? I know we were talking about this earlier, Erica. Is this a thing where she needs to get back into her routine to get, so to speak, back on the horse? Or is this maybe not good for her to be around this spotlight, to have her husband chiming in now? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is.
I don't think anyone really knows what the right answer is, but I think that she can know what makes her feel the best in that moment. I think that Wendy has a lot of stuff going on, including things with her husband. I don't think that that's been much of a secret.
Exactly.
The rumor mill has been very, very loud. It seems like they're trying to create a united front, including making the foundation the Hunter Foundation and leaning on that last name. I just hope that she gets help, because I know people are going to throw a lot of shots at her. Some people will say that it's warranted. Some people will say that it's not. But you don't want to see anybody going through this.
Exactly. That's what I mean. On camera, I'm a little scared. Myself, I can't speak for Wendy Williams. I would maybe want to pull back a little bit.
You wouldn't want to be in the limelight.
Right.
I don't know what I would do. What do you think?
It's tough because, you know, if you're Wendy Williams and her family and they say, we'd like some private time while our family gathers itself, somebody would be like, you made millions of dollars while other people probably needed some private time, and you, however it's viewed, attacked them, commented on them, made fun of their situation, whether somebody was addicted to drugs, somebody's husband was caught cheating, somebody got caught screenshotted doing something wrong. So it's like, now I'm not backing off, because you came at me, you came at my family, you affected my ticket sales, you affected my brand, and now when you're down, I'm supposed to show some decorum? That's not happening. And that's why I think if somebody that's not in her circle, but if I could suggest, I would say back away, because she is wounded right now, and people will take shots because she was the queen of stirring the pot.
Right.
And she's fair game now.
I hear you. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I'm not asking
we do
for
wish her the best of luck.
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been 2 years since a terrifying high-wire accident. Now we're finally getting to see what happened when an 8-person pyramid collapsed with no net below. And we just want to warn you guys, this video could be disturbing to some viewers. Only 5 people were injured in that video, just so you guys know, in that whole incident, and they did recover, so no one died or anything like that, even though it looks harsh.
Yeah, I don't get that gene. There is a gene there that you don't get the same rush and you need a higher and higher rush. That's great if that's what you want to do. I think the Wetlandas know they put themselves at risk.
Yeah, but here's my thing with that. Everybody talks about, like we were just talking about Wendy Williams. She's saying that she might have a drug issue. Some people are addicted to the drug of alcohol. Adrenaline is a drug too.
Sure.
And those people that you see that jump out of a freaking helicopter with skis on, land on a mountain, and then go down some kind of mountain with an avalanche behind them, They are on drugs. That drug, that slow adrenaline drip that they get from that is also a drug. And so my only issue with people that are daredevils, that do jump off the Empire State Building, that do stuff like that, is like if something goes wrong, somebody's got to go get them.
Right.
So that's my only issue, is like if your drug of choice is scaring the blank out of yourself, then it's fine. But like sometimes those things go poorly, and that's what it is. And I mean, it is entertaining. People go see Cirque du Soleil. People go watch pro football, even though they're getting paid. So I mean, it is a thing, but that is a drug, and I feel like we don't talk about it.
Yeah. All right, guys. You know what I talk about?
What?
Jeans.
Yes.
All right. I like jeans, right? The company that gave America its first pair of jeans has gone public again, and everyone was wearing Levi jeans yesterday at the New York Stock Exchange. Just so you know, they normally have a no jean policy. The company's CEO, Chip Bergh, was there in jeans too. Does he ever not wear jeans?
Yeah,
he wear jeans
Do
all
they have
the time.
a no Canadian tuxedo policy?
It doesn't look like it. There he is. And he says he has a 10-year-old pair of jeans that he has never washed. So DBL Nation, we need to know, do you wash your jeans, freeze your jeans, or not wash them at all? Head to dblvote.com and let us know. I've never
Erica's making a face
in my life.
I love the Erica face.
I just feel like if you haven't washed an article of clothing in 10 years, you should probably keep that to yourself. Or we likely all know about it anyway because we smelled you come.
I'm going to be honest. I do wait a couple of months, at least a month, 2 or 3, before I wash my jeans. I'm not jumping in a pond with pigs.
I feel you.
What am I doing with my jeans?
Did you have to cross that pond with pigs on the way
Jeff,
over?
I wash my jeans twice a month at the most, but usually once. I just don't. My jeans do not. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Pushing a sled? Why are your jeans stinking so bad?
It's not that. For me, it's the shape. Now, for my tush, I want a nice tush in the jeans. I want a nice look. And when I wash and dry it, it shrinks back to the original size. I think women want to get that
You
nice
dry your
tight.
jeans?
Oh, for sure. Otherwise, they're baggy, and it's like, what are you doing?
What do you do when you try them on? Like, don't they fit when you try them on?
I mean, there's a little wiggling, and I'm like, this will be perfect, because they'll stretch out a little.
So you prepare for the wash.
Oh, yeah.
See,
yeah.
I don't.
Oh, really? It's
I'm
not
like,
part of the equation.
Is that why yoga pants are so popular? Because they're tight?
Yeah, and they are silhouetted and they frame the legs well.
What's that face? I'm trying to learn, because I didn't know that women dried their jeans so the tush would look better.
I don't dry my jeans.
You don't?
No,
Oh,
I
do.
wash them on cold and I let them air dry.
That's what most people
I
suggest.
think you're supposed to, yeah.
I know, but I just like that nice, tight feeling.
That's all right. Teach their own. Apparently, me and Al don't wash our pants.
Gross.
Let's look at the final vote.
Just wear leggings.
Just wear leggings. How about jeggings? You ever see those?
The height of class.
You're welcome.
No, you know what you got to go all in on? This is my favorite. The Spanx leggings.
They're amazing.
Yes,
they're amazing.
Spanx leggings.
Yeah,
okay, they're a thing and they're fabulous.
But aren't those just yoga pants? Aren't Spanx yoga pants?
No, because you know some yoga pants aren't doing their job of like
lifting.
Now the Spanx, and they also have the Spanx skirt. You're welcome, Spanx.
Wow.
It's amazing.
You just overruled my jeggings.
No one wants jeggings.
She went up you. She spanked you.
Some people have certain phrases they say over and over, especially rapper Cardi B. Her company has filed to trademark her signature phrase, oh, crrr.
Yeah,
I'm sure that didn't do it justice. Actually, that was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
So let's watch her say it. According to online filings, the company plans to use the phrase on clothing and paper goods, but this has us wondering, what catchphrase would you want to trademark? This is pretty good.
Yeah, that is
Erica,
good.
I'm going to start with you because I think yours is pretty...
Okay, so we have a group trip with a bunch of our friends, and someone makes T-shirts with something that we say all the time, and
Yeah.
apparently mine is, ooh, we got to go there.
That's funny.
All right, you got one in the bag. I think we need to make up each other.
Yeah, I feel like...
What would yours be?
Who's getting the check? Erica, what's your...
This is Al's. Lady!
Yes!
Oh, yeah, okay, there we go. All
That
right.
is a good one.
Every time he
That's
belches, ladies.
Lady!
But what do you do first?
Yeah.
I usually have some sparkling water in the morning and let out a burp to let people know that the real man's in the room.
I think, Tori, do you have one for yourself?
I have one for you. I would think you would say, Big Jeff, Crush Life. Crush Life would be.
Oh yeah, that'd be yours.
Crush Life for sure.
I could start that.
Yeah.
What about Tori's?
Tori's would be like, I could say the president backwards.
No, hers would be FOMO. FOMO.
No, I'm changing that. No,
yeah.
I'm
It might be
changing that.
taken.
It's yeah.
What do
no.
you mean you're changing that?
I don't need FOMO. I don't need to hang out anymore.
Okay,
with
so
you guys.
we're gonna go to lunch, all three of us.
Yeah.
Right after this show.
Yes.
And you're not coming
That's
with.
fine with me.
Okay, we'll see.
Look at the reaction around the room. Nobody's buying that one. Nobody's buying that one. All right, everybody stop what you're doing. Stop laughing at Tori. Or no, one more. No, everyone stop. This is important. Cher has lost her favorite T-shirt that she's worn for nearly 40 years.
Did she wash
iconic
it?
singer. No, she's not a washer. Look at her. I take that back. I don't even know what that meant. That didn't mean anything. The iconic singer took to Twitter for help, tweeting, "My T-shirt is gone," with crying face emojis and a broken heart. Cher also says she's asking St. Anthony to get involved because he finds everything.
Yeah.
The patron St. Anthony.
Maybe it's behind her auto-tune machine.
Oh, one person tweeted out this picture showing Cher wearing the missing T-shirt over the years. It's a black studded rhinestone shirt with a white pirate sign and a text that read, "Eat the rich." Obviously, I did not see this story, nor am I intrigued by it. Here at DBL are taking the missing T-shirt very seriously, which is why we had our own graphics department make this. It's a milk carton with a missing T-shirt on it. There it is. If you see this T-shirt, tweet us at Daily Blast Live and let us know.
And also tell me
That
who
was a
still
long script
drinks
for a
milk
Cher's
out of a
T-shirt.
carton like that. What year is this?
1931. The milkman has come. I just don't know how she lost a T-shirt. Who goes into Cher's house?
She probably has 7 houses.
Laundromat.
She probably doesn't do her own laundry,
is
and
she
I'm sure she doesn't have a laundromat.
Right, so why is she asking us for help? It's somewhere with you.
Maybe someone yanked it. It's Hollywood memorabilia.
She's putting it out in the universe, and yes, I also think that it might be that somebody might have just thought, oh, I'll just pocket this. How would Cher ever know that she's missing one shirt? Now they can't wear it anywhere,
No.
which is totally what I would do if I had Cher's shirt.
Yeah, you would share it on Instagram.
I would.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. No sound effect.
Zero.
That was pretty good.
This was your best joke of the week. And now it's ruined.
Okay.
Any Friends fans in the room? Oh, there you go. Well, Stephanie Jones has some trending news about the sitcom, and it's coming in hot, Steph.
That's right. I'll be there for you. Well, I'm sorry, guys. Your eardrums. I'm so sorry. I'll tell you about some hot new Friends news. Courtney Cox, who played Monica Geller on the hit TV series, posted a video on Instagram which shows herself outside her character's old apartment, and it's gone viral. Watch this.
Good night, guys. Going home.
The actress posted the video along with the caption, "The one where my rent went up $12,000, poking fun at Friend episode titles." And Courtney admitted that her friend and co-star Jennifer Anderson encouraged her to post the video over dinner, which now has more than 1 million Instagram views. Now, the building was only used for Friends' exterior shots, while the rest of the film was filmed in LA, but I still think that this is pretty cool. I know Jeff's gonna like this one.
Quick. I love it.
I have a fact about Friends that I know.
Go.
The fountain that they're in the scene, that was the original fountain in the original I Am Legend when the guy got killed at the end. That's the same fountain that was on the Hollywood lot.
Nice.
It was made in 1961.
We got to get out of here. Coming up on DBL, a man chose his dog over his own health, but there's a touching reason why in today's Heart Threads. Also, it's Flashback Friday. A 1980s grammar quiz is going viral. Can you pass? We're going to have a little fun to see how dumb we are. Coming up.
Guys, XOOX says Erica is killing it with the sponsors. Super says you just nailed that, Jeff. Coming up with my XOOX. I hate trademarks. Jeff would be the Biebs or boy bands. Sierra Bergman says LOLO. By the way, her birthday's tomorrow. Happy 18th, a little early. Tennessee is starting to pull away.
She's 18 already?
I know.
I feel like
Sierra, we've watched her grow up. Sierra Bergman.
Oh my goodness.
Mazel tov. I'm so
she's
excited
18.
for you. And Virginia is now playing like a #1 seed. So a lot of you watching DBL, NCAA. DBL, NCAA. Can I buy a vowel?
That was a terrible joke.
Also, there's 2 vowels in NCAA. It's literally
Speaking of
double
vowels,
A.
what's coming up, Tori?
IKEA. Oh,
Grammar
God.
quiz.
Yeah, again, I don't know. Yeah, so we're doing an 80s grammar quiz, and there's one question that we all don't really get. So see if you can figure out that one. And what is the hardest thing in grammar to remember for you? You know what? I'll tell you a secret, like something real in my family. If someone goes, "Who is it?" and you go, "It's me," my parents will literally go, "Don't you mean it is I?"
You know what? You want to be honest?
If
I'm like,
ever.
if I'm like, I don't even know who was there, and like, whom?
You want to punch him in the face.
Yeah, I mean, I would start a bar fight for that.
It's a direct object. Yeah, it's like to whom?
When it's the object of the sentence.
I almost want to fight you.
So what I say?
It causes instant rage.
So why would I say to whom it may concern? Isn't that a?
Is it to? I don't understand.
When you're writing a Dear
say,
John.
You
Oh no,
wouldn't
you
say
started
to who
Dear
it may
John.
concern.
Right, you would say to whom, John?
Whom are you, John?
Can somebody write in and tell us when you use whom? Even though she was right, but I don't know.
When you're trying to be arrogant. Like this is.
But I think also when you're formal.
Welcome back to DBL. Today is Flashback Friday, so we're playing a little game from back in the day. It's a grammar quiz from the 1980s. It's going viral, and it's surprisingly tricky. So play along with us at home. You guys ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
Put your thinking caps on. Here we go. The truck collided with a blank vehicle. Is it stationary with an E or is it stationary with an A?
Ooh, I think it's an E.
I think it's an A.
I think it's an A because one of them is paper, beautiful paper. I'm going to go with A.
I'm going to go with A too. A as well.
Okay, I'm going to go with Tori because she likes crossword puzzles. Stationary with an A. Yes. This is the case means the object is not moving. Stationary with an E is the fancy paper. There you go. You use to write letters. To whomever.
To whomever.
If you're watching the break, you got that joke.
Yeah, you got it.
This is one that is commonly confused. If you blank down with dogs, you get up with fleas. Is it lie or lay?
Lie.
Lie.
I think so too.
I am going with lay because I think it's you lay down with dogs, you get up with.
You lay down with dogs.
Lie down.
All right.
Won't you lay with me tonight?
No,
I won't.
I'm married.
What?
I thought we talked about this.
Hey, in the era of Me Too, I asked.
It's lie. Lie. Here's a trick. You lie down to rest, and a chicken lays an egg.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
A chicken.
But aren't there songs that say, "Won't you lay with me tonight"? So, they're wrong. There's a lot of sass in the room.
Yeah,
I like a little participation. That means they're paying attention.
Come on.
There is no studio audience. All right.
Yeah, Rudolph with your nose so bright. No, man.
That's not even close.
What are you
Let's do another one, okay? He paid me enormous blank. Is a compliment with an E or compliment with an I? He paid me an enormous compliment.
So I think it's an I too, because compliment is like, Erica, that shirt compliments your hair tone.
You know how you
With an
remember
E.
this one?
Why?
I like a compliment.
Oh,
that's good.
That's good. I like a compliment.
Thank God it was I, because I just made that.
It was like
In this case, he paid an enormous compliment. Is a form or phrase that, you know, it's compliment. Let's go. We got it. We got it. All right, here we go. If I blank you, I would quit.
It's word.
Is it was or were?
It's word. Let's keep it moving, people. Let's keep it moving. It's word.
It's word. It's a conditional statement. We should move past this next. Yes, right.
Here's a tough one. Here's a tough one.
Okay.
The blizzard severely blanketed thousands of people. Is it affected with an A or affected with an E?
I don't know.
Definitely an A.
Listen, here's my rule. It's always E. Never use an A. It should be taken out of the dictionary.
No one ever uses the A one. I'm with Jeff on this.
Yes.
Okay, because that's not, it's A. It's affected. Kind of like some people's personalities are affected.
All right.
Oh.
Erica's right, but I'm not using this.
That's right.
Affected is with an A. I'm 40 years old. I'm sticking with E.
And Jeff,
that is
you're
the
hosting a
verb
talk
of the
show, so it's
action
worked out.
form of the word affect is with an E, is a noun commonly used as the result or influence. Yeah, but if with an influence, though, isn't it the same?
No, affected, like people's personalities can be affected. Like, why are you so affected? Like, that means that you are more reactionary to things.
But it doesn't.
But it's not like a cause and effect.
So if I say something that angers you and you raise your voice, I'd be like, Erica, why is your voice affected? Isn't it affected by what I just said?
Yeah.
But no, it's like manipulating or causing a reaction out of me. That's being affected.
Me and Jeff are not going to rest until we get affected off.
This is going to affect my weekend. We'll be right back.
I'm so confused.
Me too.
Giving you guys more top trending stories during the breaks here at Daily Blast Live. Welcome. So I brought Tori over here because I have a really cool pet story for you. Love these. So apparently after a new survey, this is coming from Insider.com, 1 in 3 dog parents feed their dog baby a vegan diet.
That's not good.
1 in 30.
That's not good. You know that dogs are carnivorous. They like meat.
They're actually omnivores, so they can eat anything.
But shouldn't they want meat? Maybe I'm getting schooled.
No, naturally, I also agree that they should want meat too. Like I know a lot of pets that just have raw meat.
Yeah, that's what I thought was better.
Decent for them. A lot of researchers say that there isn't enough
protein.
Well, there isn't enough research on whether or not you should give your pet this kind of diet. There has been a lot of positive outcomes as far as humans and how a vegan diet will affect humans as well as our environment.
Yeah.
Our environment as well, so they might be onto something. Not surprising, most of the parents that are feeding their dogs vegan
are vegan themselves. I can't imagine. I never thought about this. If you're vegan, like Sam's vegan, but feeds baby raw food, raw meat.
Yeah,
that must be interesting to find out. Let us know if you guys are vegan or not.
Yeah.
Would you feed your dog a vegan diet? This is fascinating.
Yeah, let us know. Bye, guys.
Yeah.
Dude, no, I can't.
Okay. Right?
I agree.
Okay, good.
They said as long as it's well balanced, that it's fine.
Welcome back to DBL. Today's Heart Threads is all about the love for animals. Watch how one man risked his life to save his four-legged friend.
This man suffering from frostbite put his life on the line to save his beloved dog from being left alone.
And I left against medical advice to save my dog.
Jay Mitchell recently lost his wife to cancer and lost his home, and was living in his truck with his dog Hero. When church members got Jay and Hero a hotel room, Jay learned his feet were frostbitten. Doctors said Jay's situation was life-threatening, but all he could think about was Hero alone in that hotel room.
And they told me, you know, if you leave, you could die. But so could my dog, you know, and he's like a friend to me. And with my wife passing, he's all I have left.
Jay left the hospital and found a place for Hero a few days later. Back in the hospital and awaiting amputation of part of his feet, Jay got a surprise visitor.
Hi, Hero. Hi, buddy. Hello, buddy. Hello, buddy. Oh, my God.
A GoFundMe is raising money for Jay and Hero. And Jay says amputation doesn't scare him anymore.
But he's been my hero for a long time.
Hero, you're our hero. We will be right back.
Disney is now the most powerful movie studio. The movie Us is getting rave reviews, Disney takes their Star Wars video game business to a new studio, and Google is entering into the gaming world. That's all next in The Jump Off. I'm Abby, and welcome to The Jump Off. I'm here to bring you all the latest news in gaming, tech, and nerd culture, so let's get started right now. Disney is officially the most powerful movie studio ever. It's because their $71.3 billion acquisition of Fox Entertainment is now complete. This means Disney now owns Aliens, Die Hard, Avatar, The Simpsons, Family Guy, X-Men, and more. Keep in mind, Disney already owns Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and Marvel. Disney pretty much owns your whole childhood at this point. Reviews are in for Jordan Peele's new horror film, Us. The film follows a family confronted by their creepy lookalikes. At last check, it has 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. The New York Times calls the movie an expansive philosophical hall of mirrors. The Seattle Times says Lupita Nyong'o's performance is, quote, wow. Make sure to check out the Double Jump team's review on YouTube. That is all I'm gonna watch because I'm way too big of a baby and I'm staying away from this one. Disney is taking its video game business elsewhere. Video game giant Electronic Arts had the Star Wars license, but all their games disappointed. Their practices were so bad, countries changed their laws. This means Lucasfilm's video game division will be taking over development of all Star Wars titles starting in 2023. Welcome back, guys. We missed you. Google is entering the video game market with their new streaming service, Stadia. Their new system allows people to play games on the go, on your TV, computer, or your phone. But can Google conquer this part of the tech industry? Only time will tell, and we'll keep our eye on this one. That's it for the Jump Off. As always, I'll be here every week with the latest in gaming, tech, and nerd culture news. We'll see you next time.
Welcome back to DBL. Tori, a viewer has a grammar question for us.
They sure do. A Kelsey grammar question. This is... Okay. Monica says, here's a grammar question.
That just ruined my weekend.
Is it better than me, or is it he is better than I? And I know the answer.
Ooh, you should be able to take the person out of it.
See, I'm going to probably be wrong, but honestly, I'd say the person's better than me. That's how I would say that. I would totally say
better than
I think it's me.
Me? He's better than, because it would be I am, so
you say I
say me then.
It is better. You were all wrong. It's better. He is better than I am.
Wow.
So he's better than
I just said I am.
This quiz really affected me. We'll see you guys on Monday.